her hands to, at least to make something out of it. But I mean, she's looking forward to it.
Are you the teacher then?
No. I rather guide her to YouTube and to the real pros.
Okay, so that she can't blame you if it's unlucky.
Yes.
Smart.
Maybe Franke can teach her.
Oh, no, don't go that way. You said from the pros and then you involved Frankie. I don't know, no.
But this is just, all in. That's a good tactic.
Yeah. So coming here from Estonia, and how did you hear about the festival from the beginning? You play a lot online?
Not really, no, not a lot. I think I saw the satellites, and just actually the first satellite I played, I won the ladies package. So after that, since it didn't have the main event ticket, I played more of them to get that ticket as well, and now here we are.
Yeah. And you cashed the Bratsilava deep stack, and are you going for the main event next then?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. I have to check the schedule because, yes, I want to play the main event and maybe the Hendon championship as well, which is tomorrow, I think. As much as I can in these days.
Sounds good. And thank you for visiting us here, and best of luck to both you and your wife then. Hope to see both of you maybe at the winner's interview coming up.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the coverage of the Festival Series in Bratislava 2023. My name is Anastasia and I'm joined by Gabriel from Poland, the winner of the Deep Stack tournament. Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
So I heard really crazy story about your chips, how they were going. So can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I just start the day 2 with 2 big blinds. And my position was under the gun, so it's all in. I don't look at the card. And luckily for me, I pick up the ace-10 suited, so it was really amazing. Really, yeah. And I win this. I win again, and I.
And then you started playing.
Yeah. Then I can start making some moves and just push the all in.
And you've done really well. You took down the tournament. You have a name and a trophy. And how much did you win?
I just win 14k euro. So
why just? It's money.
Yeah, it's money. It's a really big prize. It's the biggest in my life. So I was exciting. I really don't believe it. So I think I will come here in the next year, and maybe I will try to win again, yeah.
And you are second time with the festival series and second time in Bratislava. So for some reason you're traveling only to Bratislava.
Because I'm from Poland, so this is the close to Bratislava, yeah.
Well, you can also go to Malta with us.
Yeah, maybe.
So what makes this festival important for you, that you do want to travel, do want to make plans and just be here?
It's just a good time because the EPT starts next to this festival, and the winter in Bratislava is pretty good. The Jarmark is pretty cool. Vienna is close, so you can make a quick trip to the Vienna and watch some nice stuff.
Right, guys, now we are inside one of the big poker rooms here in the Banco Casino, Bratislava. This is the festival. I'm joined by Tom from Estonia. You just had the unfortunate luck to go out of the deep stack, but I know you're one of our package winner, and you not only won
now
one
you have
package,
the win,
you have
14,000 euros.
That's
You're
right,
bringing back home to Poland. So any plans how you will spend this money?
Play the ladies event, and
I don't know.
Ever
maybe
before, so
from
it's gonna be fun
buy-ins to the main event, maybe some holidays, we'll see.
Maybe you propose to your girlfriend?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So you're sharing the room with your wife then, or did you?
Yes,
I'm
here with the whole family.
That is why I won
kids
yesterday.
So sweet. Now you have to do that. I'm sorry.
So first time then for your wife to play.
We'll
Is
see.
she
Maybe
nervous?
here in the next year. We'll
Well,
see.
she is, because she had
Look, I
to
wish you best of
learn
luck.
all
We
the
still have a
poker
lot of
hands
tournaments
to, at
here.
least
You still
make
can play in and play
something out
and
of it,
maybe
but,
win. Who knows?
I mean,
Tomorrow's still main event.
She's looking
So
forward to it.
congratulations
And are you
once
the teacher
again,
then?
and enjoy
No,
this evening.
No,
Thank you.
I rather
It's a pleasure for me to be here.
guide her to YouTube and to the real pros.
Okay, so then she can't blame you if it's unlucky.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Maybe,
smart.
maybe Franke can teach her.
Oh, no, don't go that way. You said from the pros and then you involved Frankie. I don't know, no.
But this is just, all in. That's a good tactic.
Yeah. So coming here from Estonia, and how did you hear about the festival from the beginning? Did you play a lot online?
Not really, no, not a lot. I saw...
Hi guys,
I
back
think I
again.
saw
Andreas from the festival series.
satellites.
Right now, taking our hospitality
actually
package
first
holders for some
satellite
lunch
I
bowling
played,
behind
I
me,
won the
but
late
also, of
package.
course, recapping
After that,
yesterday.
since it didn't
And
have
boy,
the
was it
main
a
event ticket.
full-packed day yesterday.
more of
Or should
them
we say
to
girl,
get
maybe?
that
Because
ticket
it
as
was
well.
all about the ladies yesterday. We And took you them
uh,
for
the
a
Bratsilava
nice
deep stack,
treatment
and
and
are you
spa,
going for the
and
main event
also
next
a
then?
nice Asian lunch. All
I
about
think so,
the ladies.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
I have
also,
to
the
check
men were
schedule
invited when we
because,
went to the
yes,
Christmas market
main
with our
event will be
hospitality
the
package
end of,
holders and tried some local
championship
mulled wine,
as well,
among
which
other
is
things.
tomorrow.
Also, some gifts were given,
As much as I
hopefully
can.
our players will have their feet warm.
Sounds good. And
for the
thank you
winter.
for visiting us here.
And
And best of luck
after
to
some
both
nice
you and
fresh
your wife, and
air
hope
and
to
some
see
mulled wine,
both of
it
you
was
maybe
time to
at
go back to the
winners interview
casino.
coming up.
We
Yes,
had,
thank you.
of course, the slots tournament being played. Margita, congratulations on your win, and I think these players enjoyed themselves a lot playing the slots. Main event also, 2 more flights, a lot of poker, a lot of Texas Hold'em. Of course, mixed games will also be played all around the casino. And the all famous now TV stream, live streamed cash game challenge took place in the casino. The biggest winner, Frankie the Fish. Would you believe it? Well, he's right now the leader of the cash game challenge. We'll see. Hi guys, back again tonight from the festival series. Right now, stay tuned. All our social media package holders for some lunch bowling behind me, but also of course recapping yesterday. And boy, was it a full-packed day yesterday, or should we say girl maybe, because it was all about the ladies yesterday. We took them for a nice treatment at some spa and also a nice Asian lunch, all about the ladies. But also, the men were invited when we went to the Christmas market with our hospitality package holders.
Right, guys,
and
now we
tried
are
some
inside
local
one of the
mulled
big
wine,
poker
among
rooms here
other
in the Banco
things.
Casino.
Also, some
Bratsilava,
gifts were
this is
given,
the festival.
and hopefully
I'm
our
joined by
players
Tom
will have
from
their feet
Estonia.
warm
You just had
for
the
the
unfortunate
winter.
luck to go out
And
with the deep stack.
after some nice
But,
fresh
I
air and
know
some
you're
mulled
one of
wine,
our
it was
package
time to go
winner,
back
and
to the
not only
casino.
one package, you have
We
two
had,
of them.
of course, the slots
That's right,
tournament
yeah, I
being
won,
played.
a
Margita,
ladies package
congratulations on your
from
win,
my
and I
local
think
wife.
these players enjoyed
Play
themselves
the
a lot
ladies
playing the
event, and she
slots.
hasn't played poker
Main event
ever
also, 2
before,
more
so
flights,
it's
a
good.
lot of poker, a lot of Texas
And
Hold'em.
I won
Of
another
course,
package,
mixed games will also
let's
be
say
played all
let's
around
say
the casino.
password.
And the all famous
you-
now
you're
TV
sharing the
stream,
room with your
live
wife then, or
stream
did you-
cash
Yes,
game
I'm
challenge
here
took
with
place
the whole
in the
family.
casino.
We have
The
2
biggest
kids
winner,
and so
Frankie the
no
Fish.
grandmas.
Would you believe it? Well, so
first
right now
time
the
then
leader
for
of the
your wife
cash
to
game
play.
challenge.
Is
We'll
she
see.
nervous?
There's another chance
Well,
tonight
she
to
is,
break that
because
record.
she
Stay
had
tuned.
to
All
learn
our social media, all the updates to thefestival.com.
something
Let's
out
go,
of it,
another day.
But, I mean, she's looking forward to it.
Are you the teacher then?
No,
No?
no. I rather guide her to YouTube and to the real pros.
Okay, so then she can't blame you if it's unlucky.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, smart.
Maybe Franke can teach her.
Oh,
Welcome back to the
don't go
coverage of
that
the
way.
festival
You
series
said
in
from the
Bratsilava
pros and then you
2023.
involved Frankie. I
My
don't
name
know,
is
no.
Anastasia,
But this
and
is
I'm joined
just,
by Gabriel
all in,
from
all in.
Poland,
That's a good
the
tactic.
winner
So
of
coming
the
here from
Deep
Estonia,
Stack
and how
tournament.
did you hear about the festival from the beginning?
Congratulations.
You play a lot online?
So I heard
Not really,
crazy
no, not
story
a lot.
about your
I
chips, how they
saw,
were
I think I saw
coming, going.
the
So can you tell us
satellites
more about it?
and
Yeah, I just start
actually
the
the
day
first
two
satellite
with 2 big
I
blinds,
played, I won
and
the
my
ladies
position
package,
was
so
under the gun,
after
so
that,
it's
since it
all
didn't
in.
have
I don't look
main
the
event
card.
ticket,
And
I
luckily
played
for me,
more of
I
them
pick up the
to
ace
get
suited,
that
so
ticket
it
as well,
was
and, now
really
yeah.
amazing.
And
Really,
you cashed the
and
Bratsilava
I win
deep
this.
stack,
I
and
win
are you
again,
going for
I
the
win
main
again,
event next
and
then?
And then you started playing.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
then I can
don't know.
start,
I have to check
making
the
some moves
schedule
and
because yes,
no,
I want to
just
play the main event and maybe
push,
the end
the
on the championship.
You've done really well. You took down the tournament. You have a name and a trophy. And how much did you win?
Good. And thank you for visiting us here, and best of luck to both you and your wife. And hope to see both of you
money.
maybe at the winners interview coming up.
It's a really big prize. It's the biggest in my life, so I was exciting. I really don't believe it, so I think I will come here in the next year, and maybe I will try to win again, yeah.
And you are second time with the festival series and second time in Bratislava. So for some reason you're traveling only to Bratislava.
So I'm from Poland, so this is close to Bratislava, yeah.
Well, you can also go to Malta with us.
Yeah, maybe.
So what makes this festival important for you, that you do want to travel, do want to make plans and just be here? Really crazy story about your
good time
chips,
because
how they
the
were
EPT starts
coming, going. So can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I just started the day two, and the winter in Bratislava is pretty and good. My position was under the gun, so Vienna is close. All in, I don't look at the card. Luckily for me, I picked up the STS, so it was really amazing.
Everything is perfect. The casino is perfect.
I win again. The schedule
then you
of
started
the tournaments
playing.
was then I can start a lot of tournaments making some Omaha, from roulette, from everything. Push the.
And now you have the win. You've done really well. You took down the tournament. You have a name and a trophy. And how much did you win?
I just don't know. 14k euro. Maybe. So
why just?
It's
money.
It's money. Maybe some holidays. It's a really big prize.
You proposed to your girlfriend?
So yeah, of course. I was exciting. I really my girlfriend. So I think I will come here in the next year. And that is why I won yesterday.
So sweet. Now you have to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Again,
And you are second time with the festival series and second time in Bratislava. So for some reason you're traveling only to Bratislava.
Look, I wish you best of luck. We still have a lot of tournaments
from Poland, so
here. You still can win and play and maybe win.
You can also go to Malta with us.
Still main event.
Yeah, maybe.
So congratulations
so
once again and enjoy this evening.
For you, that you do want to travel, do want to make plans
and just be here.
It's just a good time because the EPT starts next to this festival, and the winter in Bratislava is pretty good. The Jarmark is pretty cool. Vienna is close, so you can make a quick trip to the Vienna and watch some nice stuff. Yeah.
So far everything is perfect. The casino is perfect.
Yeah, the casino is really well. The schedule of the tournaments was really well. Like we have a lot of tournaments from Omaha, from roulette, from everything. Yeah.
And now you have the win, 14,000 euros you're bringing back home to Poland. So any plans how you will spend this money?
I don't know. Maybe from buy-ins to the main event, maybe some holidays, we'll see.
Maybe you propose to your girlfriend?
Yeah, of course. Maybe. My girlfriend did this lucky thing to me, so that is why I won yesterday.
So sweet, now you have to do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe here in the next year, we'll see.
Look, I wish you best of luck. We still have a lot of tournaments here. You still can win and play and maybe win. Who knows, tomorrow still main event. So congratulations once again and enjoy this evening.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Hi guys, back again. Andreas from the festival series. Right now, taking our hospitality package holders for some lunch bowling behind me, but also, of course, recapping yesterday. And boy, was it a full-packed day yesterday, or should we say girl, maybe, because it was all about the ladies yesterday. We took them for a nice treatment at some spa and also a nice Asian lunch, all about the ladies. But also the men were invited when we went to the Christmas market with our hospitality package holders and tried some local mulled wine among other things. Also some gifts were given, as hopefully our players will have their feet warm for the winter. And after some nice fresh air and some mulled wine, it was time to go back to the casino. We had, of course, the slots tournament being played. Margita, congratulations on your win, and I think these players enjoyed themselves a lot playing the slots. Main event, also 2 more flights, a lot of poker, a lot of Texas Hold'em. Of course, mixed games will also be played all around the casino. And the all famous now TV stream, live stream cash game challenge took place in the casino. The biggest winner, Frankie the Fish. Would you believe it? Well, he's right now the leader of the cash game challenge. We'll see. There's another chance tonight to break that record. Stay tuned, all our social media, all the updates to thefestival.com. Let's go another day. Right guys, now we are inside one of the big poker rooms here in the Banco Casino, Bratsilava. This is the festival. I'm joined by Tom from Estonia. You just had the unfortunate luck to go out of the deep stack, but I know you're one of our package winner, and you not only won 1 package, you have 2 of them.
That's right, yeah, I won a ladies package for my lovely wife, who's gonna play the ladies event, and she hasn't played poker ever before, so it's gonna be fun for her. And I won another package at the BetSafe, the BetSafe passport.
All right. So you're sharing the room with your wife then, or did you?
Yes, I'm here with the whole family. We have 2 kids, and so no grandmas.
Okay, perfect. So first time then for your wife to play. Is she
Yes.
nervous?
Well, she is, because she had to learn all the poker hands to at least make something out of it. But I mean, she's looking forward to it.
Yeah. Are you the teacher then?
No. I rather guide her to YouTube and to the real pros.
Okay, so then she can't blame you if it's unlucky.
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe Franke can teach her.
Oh, no, don't go that way. You said from the pros and then you involved Frankie.
Right, guys,
now we are
but
inside
this is
one of
just,
the big poker rooms here in the Banco
That's a good
Casino,
tactic.
Bratislava. This is
So
the
coming here
festival.
from Estonia,
I'm joined by
and
Tom
how did you
from
hear about the
Estonia.
festival from the
You just
beginning?
had
You
the
play a lot
unfortunate
online?
luck to go out of the deep stack.
Not really,
but,
no, not a lot.
I know you're one of
I
our package
saw-
winner, and you
I
not
think
only
I
won
saw
1 package, you have 2 of them.
Satellites. And
That's right, yeah, I won
actually
a ladies
first
package.
satellite I
For my
played.
lovely
I
wife,
won the ladies
who's
package.
gonna
So
play the ladies
after
event,
that,
and
she
since
hasn't
didn't
played
have
poker
the
main event
ever
ticket
before,
I
so
played
it's gonna
more
be
of
fun
them
for her to get
and
that
I
ticket
won
as
another
well.
package at
Now
the
here we are.
BetSafe, the BetSafe
And you cashed the
passport.
Bratislava deep stack.
So
and
are you going for
you're
the main
sharing
event
the
next
room
time?
with your wife then, or did you?
Yes, I
use
think
the-
so.
I'm here
Yeah,
with the
I
whole
don't know.
family.
I have to
We
check
have
the
2 kids
schedule
and,
because yes,
no
I wanna
grandmas.
play the main event and maybe the Hendon.
So first time then for your wife to play.
championship.
Is she
Yes,
nervous?
Which is tomorrow.
Well, she is, because
as much as I
she
can.
had to learn
These
all
days.
the poker
Sounds
hands
good.
to,
And thank you
at
for
least
visiting
make
us here, and best of luck to
something out
both
of
you
it,
and your
but,
wife. Then hope to see
I mean,
both of you maybe at
she's
the winners
looking
interview
forward
coming
to
up.
it. Yes, thank you.
Are you the teacher then?
No. I rather guide her to YouTube and to the real pros.
Okay, so then she can't blame you if it's unlucky.
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe,
smart.
maybe Franke can teach her.
Oh, no, don't go that way. You said from the pros and then you involved Frankie. I don't know.
Welcome
But
back
this
to
is
the
just,
coverage of the festival
all in,
series
all in. That's a
Bratislava
good tactic.
2023.
So coming
My
here
name
from
is Anastasia,
Estonia,
and I'm
and
joined
how
by
did you hear about the
Gabriel
festival from the
Poland,
beginning? You play a lot
the
online?
winner of the Deep Stack
Not really, no,
tournament.
not a lot. I
Congratulations.
saw,
So
I think I saw
heard
the
really
satellites.
crazy story
and
about your
just
chips, how
actually
they were
the first satellite
coming,
I
going.
played,
So
I
can you
won
tell
the
us
ladies
more about
package,
it?
so
Yeah, I just
after
start
that, since
the day
didn't
2
have
with
the
2 big
main event
blinds,
ticket,
and
I
my
played
position
more
was
of
under the
them
gun,
to
so
get that
it's
ticket
all
as
in.
well,
I don't look at the card.
here we are.
And
Luckily
you
for
cashed
me,
the
I pick
Bratislava
up the
deep
ace
stack,
suited,
and
so
are you
it
going for
was
the main event next time?
really amazing. Really,
I think so.
and I win
Yeah,
this,
I don't know.
win
I have to
again,
check
win
the
again,
schedule
and
because
And then you
yes,
started
I wanna play
playing.
the main event.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the
Then I can
Hendon,
start making some moves
championship
and
as well, which
just
is tomorrow, I think.
push the.
As much as I can.
And you've done really well.
Sounds
You
good.
took
And thank
down
you
the
for
tournament.
visiting
You
us here,
have
and best
a
of luck
name
to
and a
both
trophy.
you and your wife. Then
And
hope to
how
see
much did you
both
win?
of you maybe at the winners
I just
interview
win
coming up.
Yes, thank you.
14k euro. So
Why just? It's money.
yeah, it's money. It's a really big prize. It's the biggest in my life. So I was exciting. I really don't believe it. So I think I will come here in the next year, and maybe I will try to win again. Yeah.
And you are second time with the festival series and second time in Bratislava. So for some reason you're traveling only to Bratislava.
From Poland, so this is the close to Bratislava. Yeah.
Hi guys,
can
back
also go to
again.
Malta
Andreas
with
from
us.
the festival
Yeah,
series.
maybe.
Now, taking our
What
hospitality
makes
package
this
holders for some
festival
lunch bowling
important
behind
for you
me,
that you do
but also,
wanna
of course,
travel, do you want to
recapping
make plans
yesterday.
and
And
just
boy,
be
was it
here?
a full-packed day yesterday. Or should we say girls, maybe? Because it was all about the ladies yesterday. We took them for a nice treatment at some spa and also a nice Asian lunch, all about the ladies. But also, the men were invited when we went to the Christmas market with our hospitality package holders and tried some local mulled wine, among other things. Also, some gifts were given, as hopefully our players will have their feet warm for the winter. And after some nice fresh air and some mulled wine, it was time to go back to the casino. We had, of course, the slots tournament being played. Margita, congratulations on your win, and I think these players enjoyed themselves a lot playing the slots.
I don't know.
Main event also, 2 more flights, a lot of poker, a lot of Texas Hold'em. Of course, mixed games will also be played all around the casino. And the all famous now TV stream, live streamed cash game challenge took place in the casino. The biggest winner, Frank the Fish. Would you believe it?
I'm sorry.
Well, he's right now the leader of the cash game challenge. We'll see. There's another chance tonight to break that record. Stay tuned, all our social media, all the updates, thefestival.com. Let's go another day.
Maybe win, who knows, tomorrow still main event. So congratulations once again and enjoy this evening.
Thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Welcome back to the coverage of the festival series in Bratislava 2023. My name is Anastasia and I'm joined by Gabriel from Poland, the winner of the Deep Stack tournament. Congratulations! So I heard really crazy story about your chips, how they were.
Hi guys, back again. Andreas from the festival series. Right now, taking our hospitality package holders for some lunch bowling behind me, but also, of course, recapping yesterday. And boy, was it a full-packed day yesterday. Or should we say girls, maybe? Because this was all about the ladies yesterday. We took them for a nice treatment at some spa and also a nice Asian lunch, all about the ladies.
Then I can start.
But also, the men were invited when we went to the Christmas market with our hospitality package holders and tried some local mulled wine, among other things.
You took down
Also,
the
some
tournament.
gifts
You
were
have
given,
a name and a
hopefully our
trophy.
players will have
And
their
how
feet
much did you
warm
win?
for the winter.
I just win.
And after some nice fresh air and some mulled wine, it was time to go back to the casino. We had, of course, the slots tournament being played. Margita, congratulations on your win, and I think these players enjoyed themselves a lot playing the slots. Main event also, 2 more flights, a lot of poker, a lot of Texas Hold'em. Of course, mixed games will also be played all around the casino. And the all famous now TV stream, live stream cash game challenge took place in the casino. The biggest winner, Frank the Fish.
You can also go to Malta with us.
Well, he's right now the leader of the cash game challenge.
What
We'll
makes
see.
this
There's another
festival
chance tonight
important
to
for
break
you
that
you do
record.
wanna travel,
Stay
do you
tuned,
want to make
all our
plans
social media,
and just
all
be
the
here?
updates, thefestival.com. Let's go another day.
It starts just next to this festival, and the winter in Bratislava is pretty good. The Jarmark is pretty cool. Vienna is close, so you can make a quick trip to the Vienna and watch some nice stuff. Yeah.
So far everything is perfect. The casino is perfect.
Yeah, the casino is
Right, guys, now we are inside one of the big poker rooms here in the Banco Casino,
we have a lot of
Bratislava.
tournaments
This is the
from
festival.
Omaha,
I'm joined by Tom from
roulette,
Estonia.
everything.
You just had the unfortunate luck to
And
go
now we
out
have
with the
the
deep
win,
stack.
14,000
But,
euros. You're
I know
bringing
you're
back
one of
home
our
to
package
Poland.
winner, and you not only
So
won one
any
package, you have
plans
2
how
of them.
you will spend this money?
That's right, yeah. I won a
I
ladies
don't know.
package from my lovely
Maybe
wife.
from
gonna play
Bains to
the
the
ladies
main
event,
event,
and she
maybe
hasn't
some
played
holidays.
poker
We'll see.
Ever
Maybe you
before,
propose to your
so
girlfriend?
It's gonna be fun for
Yeah,
her.
of course.
And I won another package at
My
the
girlfriend
BetSafe,
did
the BetSafe passport.
this lucky thing
Right.
to me,
So
so
you,
that is why
you're
I
sharing
won
the room
yesterday.
with your
So
wife then,
sweet,
or
now
did
you have to
Yes,
do that.
I'm here
Sorry.
with the whole family. We have two kids. And
we'll see.
so
Maybe
no
here in
grandma.
the next year. We'll see.
So first time then for
Look,
your wife
I
to
wish you
play.
best of
Is
luck.
she
We still have a
nervous?
lot of tournaments
Well,
here.
she
You
is,
still can win and
because
play,
she had
and
to
maybe
learn
win.
all the
Who knows?
poker
Tomorrow's
hands
still
to,
main event.
at least make
So
something
congratulations
out of
once
it,
again,
but,
and
I mean,
enjoy this evening.
She's
Thank you,
looking
thank you.
forward to it.
It's a pleasure for me.
Are you
to
the
be
teacher
here.
then?
No. I rather guide her to YouTube and to the real pros.
Okay, so then she can't blame you if it's unlucky.
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe Franke can teach her.
Oh, no, don't go that way. You said from the pros and then you involved Frankie. I don't know, no.
But this is just, all in. That's a good tactic.
Yeah. So coming here from Estonia, and how did you hear about the festival from the beginning? You play a lot online?
Not really, no, not a lot. I think I saw the satellites, and just actually the first satellite I played, I won the ladies package. So after that, since it didn't have the main event ticket, I played more of them to get that ticket as well, and now here we are.
Yeah. And you cashed the Bratsilava deep stack, and are you going for the main event next then?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. I have to check the schedule because, yes, I want to play the main event and maybe the Hendon championship as well, which is tomorrow, I think. And as much as I can in these days.
Sounds good. And thank you for visiting us here, and best of luck to both you and your wife then. Hope to see both of you maybe at the winner's interview coming up.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, and welcome back here for the continuation of the coverage from the festival series at the famous Banco Casino in Slovakia. Joining you for today will be me, George Sanford, as well as Michel Molinar, who was playing on the previous stream in the 10-10 Hold'em. We're going to be commentating 10-10 PLO this time, and we've got some familiar faces for you. In seat 4, Jon Kite, who is a Norwegian pro, traveling live tournament mostly, and also cash game player. Usually likes to buy in deep to these PLO streams, and was on the bad end of some confrontations with Franke yesterday, as Franke blitzed through the feature table to book an astounding 1100 big blind profit. Michel, how are you, sir? You're on the mute. There we go.
How are you, George?
Yeah, I'm very
Good
well.
to be here.
Enjoying the action, and yeah, as you mentioned, Doddy, the slot streamer, wasn't really happy about that full house kind of confrontation. About a €90 pod or something. Two guys got a poke.
Yeah, that's probably the worst way to play that one.
To incite action in the game, you've got to be willing to give some yourself, and you and Manuel were doing a pretty good job of that, I would say.
Yeah, Manuel was really good with keeping them active and just
the blind
kind of distracting them.
You know, just having a little flip in there for 700. It's
good for the game.
At the end of the day, you don't lose any EV. It's just kind of good for the kind of gambling spirit that he was bringing to the table. And unfortunately, he did decide to leave after that unfortunate showdown, which was fair enough.
I was lucky enough to get the rest of his chips, but you don't want it that way.
Not really. Especially as it was kind of like a tilt. All right, fuck you guys then, kind of. But
But this table looks fun as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a couple of faces from yesterday. Seat 1 was, if you were tuning in for the 5-5 stream, I believe his name is Marius. Let me just check that one.
I did see him yesterday at the cash desk, and
Matthias, that's right. Yeah, and he was definitely getting through a bit of apple juice yesterday, that's for sure. And he went for a really outlandish float with King 8 Deuce Deuce on a Jack 4-4 board Turn was a brick. Franke goes for the block with Jack 4, and he's shoved in position with a pair of deuces, just completely drawing dead. So that was a 3.5k pot going in the direction of the festival founder, Mr. Franke, who did also obliterate Jon Kite at the end of the stream as well. There was some sort of 3-4-way flipperments going on, and
oh, that's always
Franke,
fun.
yeah, Franke came out on top.
Frank
of that
is
one.
really good at those.
He's very good at those, and he's also very good at buying in for like 1k, getting down to 200, getting up to 5, then getting down to 200 again, and then he did leave with, I believe, over 10k in the end.
Oh yeah, I saw the record is like, what is it, 1,200 big blinds won, 1,400 won?
Yeah, 1,100, just over 1,100 he won, so that's good for the Cash Game Challenge, which is what we're running right now. So the winner will get a package, almost drawing dead in the 10-10 Hold'em stream to win that one, I guess.
Yeah, there were some chances, but not when 2 full houses check back. And
no. and the hand takes 5 minutes, that's a bit of a burner.
Oh, we see Darius here, C2, recent WSOP bracelet winner.
Yeah, he won the 8-game mix in Rozvadov.
Pretty sure I've seen his face a lot of times before in both the festival and other mixed games.
Yeah, he's living locally. What's your sort of predilection with mixed games? Do you play?
I've played some, yeah. I think the games are interesting, so
yeah,
it's good to have a general understanding of all the games.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It keeps
so
your
you
options
actually
open. Because I think that the way that it's going to go when you see a lot of people traveling over to Vegas and places like that is that there will be a kind of slight movement towards mixed games and kind of lesser known, lesser studied, lesser solved aspects of the game, because Hold'em and now even PLO at the high stakes online is getting a little bit to the point of no return in terms of that people are so good that there's not really any money to be made. So mixed games definitely offers an interesting alternative.
Yeah, I think if you know what to look for mixed games, you kind of get that it might be easier to solve in some ways, at least. It's still like super complicated, of course.
Yep.
But yeah, it's also just like really fun to play or be able to play a full schedule when you're, say, for instance, at the WSOP in Vegas. Instead of just being kind of stuck to
the odd side event.
The odd like 600 at the Venetian because there's nothing running for the rest, right?
Absolutely. And so John going for a pretty unorthodox double barrel there with kings on an ace-ace jack texture, and gets shown exactly where he's at as Eddie gives him the business on the turn and takes that one down.
Yeah, Eddie's just continuing where he left off, hit the Hold'em, just
just
winning every pot.
Flopping good. That offsuit 8 was in the 3-bet pot. Not sure if you saw the showdown, but he flatted a 3-bet out of position with Jack 10. Robert flops a flush draw with top pair, and offsuit 8 on the turn for the nut straight.
Ooh.
And that was kind of a theme of the first stream. Eddie from Juicy Spins did win, I believe, a shade over 4,000 euros in that one, so 400 big blinds. Still nowhere near the 1,100 won by Franke yesterday.
No.
But let's see if any of these guys can surmount a challenge, as we've got some 5-card PLO, which is certainly my favorite format in terms of the bigger bet games.
Yeah, I'm somewhat surprised that you're sitting here instead of demanding a seat at his table.
I'd like to be in there. I think it's a decent table. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a soft table compared to some of the other lineups you get throughout the week, but yeah, I would like to play. But commentary duties are such that I'm chained with you guys here, and we're going to be enjoying the next couple of hours or so. Give us a shout out across the socials. We are on Facebook and Instagram at the Festival OG.
On the other side. So we have 2 players of the old Hold'em game that are still sitting here.
Mr. Pikachu.
Yeah, Manuel was saying he would want to play the main, but maybe he might have already done that, to be honest. But
I think he got here earlier today, because when I saw him yesterday, he said he was going home to get some rest and play the main. But then he's been in both of the cash game streams. I know you can buy in for day 2 for the first 1 level or 2 levels?
2 levels.
2 levels. Okay, so 2 levels still to play for, guys. If you haven't given yourself a chance in the main event, get in the mix.
There might be some overlay, actually.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
How close?
I think the estimate was about 60K.
Wow. Okay.
So a pretty big surprise, but
yeah, it's just
yeah.
packing the schedule full of so much volume. It's almost as though the main event had or was expected to be zero chance to overlay. So
yeah,
with all of the 1Ks events and daily here, if you check out the schedule over at thefestival.com, you can get yourself into easily 1.5K's worth of buy-ins every day playing multiple tournaments, you know, so it's not going to stretch that far when you've got still people coming over filling out 4 hotels, but potential overlay, so get yourself down here, guys.
I mean, I think it's also a product of a lot of other series being on the schedule, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the festival is always something special with all the mixed games and all the, like, you know, mixed games that are approachable and not some random 1.5K that is
1.5K RAS that gets 5 runners or something.
Exactly. Yeah, it's mostly fun and you know, it's also very easy to play it as your first time playing the mixed games and fun atmosphere.
I was playing a Sweden game yesterday, and there's a guy that only played 5-card high before, and he got the hang of it quite quickly. You know, it's not like a rocket science to play.
Yeah, I understood that. I've never played the game myself either, but I've heard some strat talk of the 5-card part of the Sweden being somewhat more carrying than the PLO part.
Yeah, exactly. It's mostly about the draw, with the PLO as kind of a sprinkle on top, which is the way that most people approach it in the wrong fashion. You know, kind of. I've got a double suited hand. That's a great 5-card hand, and just surrendering half the pot.
Yeah.
So here we go. Manuel opening it up with the suited Ace Jack 6-4.
And that's a turn full house.
To a boot on the turn.
Oh, playing 4-card now instead of 5, so I guess we're playing some dealer's choice.
We certainly are. 4 or 5, I guess, on the button.
Always interesting to see which players pick how many cards.
Yeah, whether they think that they've got an advantage in one or the other formats. Yeah. Manuel playing his boat slowly at the moment. Did manage to get a bet out of Panagiotis on the turn with his ace-queen. More of a sort of play where he's just going to bet the turn and check back, but it looks like he's bluffing with the ace-3 now.
Yeah, from the reaction you see it's bluffing, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get Manuel to fold maybe a hand like ace-10 or ace-king, but...
yeah, that's pretty reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, not to be on this occasion.
No, he's arguing that Panagiotis put in more money than was in the pot, so
right, okay.
he's being fair to not take even more chips.
Yep.
That's also the sign of a good professional, just not taking...
Yeah, not taking the piss in those kind of spots, trying to eke out 25 extra euros or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just pointless, you know, you've won the hand. Pick up the chips and move on to the next one and try and be as respectful as you can about it.
Yeah, Manuel is shown to be like that kind of good player, like being fun to play with, even though he's like a very sharp guy in the actual game.
Introverted, but he's got that gear in his game where he can mix in and kind of cater to the needs of the live arena. Yeah. I was speaking with him, and he was out in Vegas playing some of these games, and obviously it's important there because it's almost become semi-private, some of these games. So you've got to give action to get action, rather than just sat there with your headphones and your hoodie on, kind of playing as good to perfect as you can.
Yeah, you can't really show up and just expect your hourly when,
Yeah, precisely.
So Manuel plays all of these games a bit more often than I expected at first.
Yeah, he's playing some cash games online, but mostly MTT grinder for sure.
Yeah, I originally knew him as just the MTT grinder, but that's makes sense that he's mixing it up in the live scene.
Yeah, just plenty of value out there, right? So you got to, as you said, you got to transcend and transition because the game's moving so quickly. I mean, years ago PLO was super soft online, and now it's, you know, with the rake implications and lots of people that have got access to solvers and training programs, it can be quite tricky, but you always do tend to see some great action here at the festival, and a good example of that as we go 4 ways to the flop with some pretty questionable holdings.
I mean, everything has a bit of potential, right?
Yeah, exactly. It always does a 5 card there, right? You have to have trips in your hand to not have some chance, I guess.
And even then, in some games the trips get an actual bonus for winning the hand. So
that's true.
Which is a really fun to give
the
more
7
action.
deuce version
Yeah.
of Omaha. Yeah, exactly. Got to win with trips in your hand.
Yeah.
Don't think they're playing this right now, but I did hear John asking for the stand-up game.
Ooh.
And we do get to the turn as Danius now improves to the open-ended straight flush draw.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
No, he
ever.
won't be. Georgie now got definitely some good reason to bet. He's got a nut flush draw with top pair, looking to protect / get some kind of worse draws in there along for the ride. Matthias gets out the way.
Danius only has 25% with a double gutter.
Yeah, quite surprising actually. You'd think that that would be more. It's usually you get a little bit of a skew because some of the folded cards come in.
Oh sure, yeah, that could be it, yeah.
Whereas obviously in a normal equity kind of calculated spot, it would be closer to 35, 65, something like that.
It's funny when the flush draw is like purely live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
two
that's
pair.
right. And yeah, Georgie now improving to the wheel.
The unexpected improvement, I'm guessing, for Georgie.
Exactly, yeah. Not the one that we were hoping for, and does have to worry about the 6-7. And Danius now turning his hand into a bluff. 2 6 blockers, and he's going to go for what looks to be somewhere around the full pot.
Yeah. Looks right on it.
Yeah, seems fair enough. Definitely a card that he can represent. Check back flop. Continues the turn. Definitely in line with this kind of turned wrap or turned combo draw.
It's actually like
pretty tough spot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, blockerless.
Danius has probably the perfect hands to turn into a bluff.
Precisely, yeah.
Yeah.
Low diamonds, so you unblock some better diamonds with the king, for example, which is
no hearts.
A snap muck. Yeah, no hearts as well. And yeah, definitely lining up quite well. And Georgie here is going to have a tough job. If he's got a 6 or a 7 in his hand, you kind of roll your eyes and call, and it looks like he's just called anyway.
He's just kind of trying to see what his hand is, but yeah.
Yeah. And
once he realizes it's like, yeah, I win.
Yep. Have a little squint over at the other side of the table. I see 2 sixes there.
Is that a 6-7? Is that 6 deuce?
Is there a deuce?
Yeah.
Nope. I win. Nice. Good job there. From Georgie, the Estonian pro, who I've played a lot of PLO volume with online, plays tournaments, more so than cash games, I believe, and is very active within Discord and things like that.
This kind of aggression from Danius also like
gets the job done in live a lot.
Yeah. It kind of shows what kind of player he is, and not realizing that his 2 pair is probably not good, and he has like pretty much the perfect hand to actually turn into a bluff.
Exactly. In weaker lineups, you might see someone be like, "Well, I've got 2 pair now. I might have a bit of showdown." And yeah, usually the way to go is to make sure that when you do have a hand that lines up with the change in the board texture, to take the aggressive route. And so a well-executed play, but not always going to mean that the chips come your way, as we do see some straddles, I believe. We've got the straddle up to 80, so Manuel...
Yeah, Manuel's kicking it off again.
Yeah, Mr. Pikachu there in the 40. And not having any info on the player in seat 8, but we will get you that information soon. Captain Hammer says, how much did they buy in? I think most guys were in for somewhere between 1 and 2K. Yep, got the information here. So Matthias is in for 1K, Danius in for 2. We have Eddie from Juicy Spins in for 1K, Jon 2K, Martin 1K, Georgie 1K, Manuel 2K, and Panagiotis, which I imagine would be a Greek name. He's in for 2K in the seat 8 and the 80 straddle. So Danius opening it up with Queen Jack 8 deuce, pretty wide, but does get the job done.
That's a treat yourself.
Yeah, that's I'm seeing dead money out there.
Yeah,
I fancy my chances. I've got a bit of momentum with the
show 3 cards.
Win.
Don't show the deuce.
Shows the Jack 8 deuce, and John says, "Come on then, Ace of Hearts."
Close.
Yeah, close, but not quite close enough.
It's fun to see how the dynamics of the table
develop.
to develop when. Yeah.
Got a mixture of different levels and kind of experience within these games.
Yeah, exactly. I've talked to C3 about a bit when he was on the Hold'em table, and he was like at the start of the game. He already said, like, I kind of wanted to play the PLO, just PLO.
Yeah.
So I kind of expect him to be a bit sharper in this format.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
you meant in the Hold'em or the?
Yeah, in the Hold'em he was talking about how he was originally gonna just play the PLO stream, and then because they were try-harding for players, and it's like, okay, guess I'll play 2 cards, and then it didn't go too poorly for the guy.
No, it went extremely well for him. Got some Yon fans in the chat. And yeah, let's keep an eye on Eddie because he had a great session. If you weren't tuned in for the earlier 10-10 Texas game, you missed out on some great action there. We had Dottie, a very famous streamer residing in Malta from the UK, was giving a lot of action. My co-commentator Michelle was the benefactor of some of that.
For sure. Unfortunately, it was the last of his chips, but yeah, he was very interesting to play with and made the game a bit more fun as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
And it was
Pikachu out the way and Panagiotis with the 7-7-3 deuce.
Just scoops the blind and straddle. Not something you usually want to see when looking down at 2 aces.
No, absolutely
in
not.
any game.
Was going to be out of position for the whole hand, but yeah, a little bit of a sweetener to just pick up some dead money nonetheless. Interesting to see how Matthias in seat 1 played. He was rather crazy yesterday, but maybe a slightly bigger game. Might be a little bit more in line after getting his hand caught in the cookie jar there versus Franke.
It's also, I imagine, a bit of a different table than it was yesterday, so you kind of have to adjust, of course.
The dynamic is completely...
You can't really be throwing around 2k every other hand when it's not Frank on the other side of the hand.
Exactly, who's in there with any 4. It's actually a load of guys that have probably done a decent amount of playing and or studying, so definitely going to be seeing this one as a tougher lineup here. As you can imagine, the stakes improve. That attracts a lot of stronger players.
Yeah.
So Martin gets out the way on the dealer button with the tri-suit variant. Not one that we really want to open. Georgie's got the 6 deuce. Don't think he's going to be getting in the mix.
Yeah, no, it's the small blind with straddle on. You just like
out of position.
Have to play. Yeah,
exactly. You have to be quite honest. I mean, in like a online cash game, for example, the small blind RFI is actually surprisingly low. Because, you know, you got to pay rake, you're going to see a wide defending range, you're out of position in the hand, and
you can only bet pot.
Yeah, exactly. There's no over betting in this game, so you don't get to sort of outmaneuver some of that positional disadvantage.
And Panagiotis here with a 4-2 Royal Flush. Probably wanted to see a turn there.
Yeah, and unfortunately not to. And surprising that he didn't ISO the original limp from Pikachu as well. So
I believe he did, actually.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was 180 in the pot, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Martin, a.k.a. Rim Job Lover in seat 5, is very, very tight. Will he finally play a hand? Stay tuned.
That's an interesting screen name, sir.
Yeah. So how did it go for Franke and John Kita yesterday? Franke managed to take away the lion's share of that one. And with all of his extra work here as obviously the founder, host and owner, he's running around the floor doing some work and presenting some of his other duties rather than playing today. But definitely gave enough action for the whole week in just 1 2-hour stream. So
yeah, John Kita definitely got the bad end of the stick there.
Yeah,
he got smashed around. He was telling me during the OTC tournament that they were holding.
Yeah.
I just lost some big all-ins, getting it in good, of course.
It's rough because he won the 2-day horses event, which was a 550 mixed game multi-day, which is great. You don't see many of those running around Europe. Another great thing for the mixed games here at the festival, and won that for 8.5k, and then ends up losing 10k in 2 hours on that. So, you know, when you do play the higher stakes and you kind of play everything on offer, that's just the sort of swings that you're just going to have to live with sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Put himself in a great spot. So we've got some Sort of straddle on straddle action here.
Straddle, restraddle.
Yep.
Not much for either. I mean, top pair for Danius, but
Yeah, he's
can't expect Matthias to put in many chips with the Jack 10 6-3 here.
Nope. And 7 on the turn's interesting, as now Danius is just playing the ace-king high. And does lose 20 pair, but...
And just open Lux, I think.
Well, that gets rid of that decision.
Thanks
then.
again. Yeah. Yeah, and it's probably exactly what happened. Danius reached for some chips, I guess.
Yeah, and
won.
met with an auto-muck there
Yeah.
from Matthias. Captain Hammer, how big pot will we see tonight? Will it beat yesterday? I would say nowhere near, to be honest. I think the biggest pot in this game will be something like 3 to 3.5k. You got any guesses?
Ooh. I mean, some people started with 2k, so... Yeah. I think we might see a 5k pot tonight.
Okay, 5k.
I mean, it's only 2 hours, but we'll definitely not see the... as we see some action from the tournament.
Yep.
This, I believe, is the PLO. Yeah, this is the...
The PLO Masters, right?
Yes, the PLO Masters, yeah.
How many runs did that get, do you know?
God, I think a bit... Well over 100. It's got a prize pool of 21. Yeah, so a bit over 100.
Nice.
And it's got 5.8k up top. So it's a pretty nice prize for what seems to be a 250.
Yeah, it's a 250 event, yeah, absolutely. And they've already got the
Barely
payouts
not
up,
see it,
so
yeah.
we are on the 6k, 12k level, which is level 17. So
Should be in the money already,
yeah, should be in the money.
If not, final table.
Yeah, 22k prize pool there, which with all of the action that's going on and the multiple main event flights, as well as 13 cash game tables running, it's just a very good advertisement for the action and the vast action here on offer at the festival. 1.2k euros, says Yehuda. Well, that's a little bit...
Oof.
Yeah, that's a little bit negative, I would say. Or pessimistic, maybe, is a better word. I think it's going to be well over that. I'd say at least 3.5 is what my guess would be. Good luck, Yoda. I think you are in the neighborhood. We need to see Matthias have a couple more apple juices. He's on the what looks to be the full fat Coke today, so potentially a slightly different play style.
Get some energy in the hangover, probably from yesterday.
Just kind of hanging on for dear life.
See, we see another straddle pot here, of course.
Yep.
Junkie never.
No, he never.
Never feel of a bit of an action booster.
Absolutely.
See, we see Georgie here with a nice double suited ace queen. Not ideally suited, but you know,
but definitely
treat yourself to open.
Takes his time. He folds.
Okay, folds. Okay. I mean, there's some good players behind. Junket and Straddle.
Yeah.
But you see Manuel just like not filthy of an open. Just ace jack 10 obviously, and the 5. It's just no brainer.
Connectivity and a decent-ish suit. Certainly not a conventional open, but he gets 3-bet by the Rainbow King 654.
The Badoogie hand.
And Manuel's not going anywhere with that kind of connectivity.
Yeah, no.
Could get a bit dicey on some boards.
Could be fun if there was a prop bet on winning a hand with the Badoogie hand.
The Badoogie.
Yeah, the Badoogie.
Wow, look at this.
Oof. Oof.
Wow, what a board. Panagiotis finds a way somehow. Must have known what's coming. Could be some
great deck reads there. Yeah.
So already 700 in the pot, so that 1.3k guess might be eclipsed in this one as Manuel continues with the jack high flush draw. King on the turn
just boats up.
Yep, that's the check mark. That probably is going to be the end of that.
I enjoy seeing a check back here from Panagiotis. You
Yeah.
just gonna have a lot of ace-ace.
A lot of ace-ace, a lot of ace-king plus something.
Yeah.
Ace-king is definitely one that you might want to bet just to get money in, but with this one you basically got it locked versus all of those kind of like flush draws with backdoor straight draw type hands. The conventional hands that you'd see flat a 3-bet out of position. Going to be hands like Manuel's.
I mean, he might just be afraid of giving like king, queen, jack, 10 a free card. Of course.
That's
like
true.
The 9-iron type hands. But yeah, it's obviously never too bad to bet your full house.
No, can't be bad, but sometimes, when you've got your opponent drawing dead, although it's tough to know that, but absolutely.
I guess if he had like 2 overs to the 6, he would have been more happy to check back sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. So wanting overcards there. maybe that's the way he's gone for it. Or maybe he's just kind of mixing it up and wanting to, I've done well now, I've got a boat, let's get more money in. Maybe he's going to station me down with queens. Probably not. Queens flush draw. Noise86 says, who are the sweet gentlemen speaking out and guiding us in such a beautiful way?
Must be listening to another stream.
Yeah, make sure that you're tuned to the right one. George here, joined with the 2022 main event winner from the festival series here at the Banco Casino. How much did you take that one down for? Get the brag in.
126,650 euros. Yeah.
He knows it.
It's Michel Molenaar.
Michael, did I say?
Yeah, you did say Michael.
Okay, sorry.
It's Michel.
All right. Michael in English.
Yeah. And we switch to 5-card here. So let's see. It's Danius on the bottom. He's trying to switch it up after his 4-card defeat with the 6-6-5-4 bluff.
Yep. Didn't go his way, so he's looking to get that back.
He probably wanted another 7 in his hand, which he didn't get from the dealer there.
Wasn't lucky on that occasion.
Yeah, no. We see a flat call from the double-suited ace-king.
Yep.
Some redraws on the bottom end of that Broadway hand.
And 2 high suits with poor-ish side cards, so it's kind of one that you might want to allow people to come in behind with the worst suits.
Oh, and what a flop!
Wow, hello.
I mean, I guess in 5-card it's a bit more scary to try to get money in, but top 2 versus bottom set is a cooler in any game.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely going to be seeing a turn.
See a check from Eddie again on the king,
Eddie's
making top 3.
Flop. Yeah. Eddie's led the flop.
Yeah, and he now has 3 pair versus the bottom set of Danius. Yeah, I mean,
I've had a drinking game, taking a shot for every hand Martin plays. I'm completely sober. The big winner yesterday was Franke, winning 1100 plus big blinds.
Martin von Zweigbergk.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Absolutely cleaned up.
Absolutely cleaned up.
Winning.
Clean pronunciation there as well. Not bad after a couple of Coronas. Many talents, including poker. So Danius now.
Yeah, this is kind of a.
Yeah, this is.
It kind of becomes a grim spot really quickly for Eddie here, but.
Yeah.
And he actually makes the laydown, which is a pretty strong laydown. Seeing
no redraw really, just with the naked 3 pair.
I mean, naked 3 pair seems like a pretty big redraw for a holder player like me.
Boat.
yeah, exactly.
It's not like he's just got a Jack High flush draw there with like a no gutter somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Eddie realized that the worst hand that Danius is gonna have is like some sick combo draw that's gonna be flipping on the turn against you. So
yeah, and
might not want to be putting in money against what's for the value side a pretty strong range, right?
Yeah, and
he might
realization out of position is going to be quite poor. It's going to be
might not even get money in when he boats up.
No, yeah, it's going to be quite transparent if he check calls turn and then leads the river on a pair.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, not always a great one to navigate out of position, which is why typically the small blind VPIP would be quite low in a high level game, just for all of those reasons where. You don't get to realize your equity. It is a rather face up in multi-way pots if you start leading from the small blind. And yeah, it's just a very tricky position to play in general.
I think it's a bit of a cooler position in the 2-card variety. But
yeah, exactly.
I've done some recent looking up some stuff in like small blind 3-button spots, and it definitely plays a lot different than people play in actuality. And it's like I guess it's easier to kind of
in terms of
create strategy.
More flatting than people actually find, or
not really, but more leading. And
you mean post flop
stuff like that? Yeah, post flop. So yeah, it's we see a double suited king folder. Oh no. He definitely opened that.
I don't think Danius is getting out. Well, it's actually 3-bet. This is a bit of a yellow card type of 3-bet combination. Typically, you don't want to be 3-betting ace-less king combinations, because in a 5-card it's so often that you are, when you unblock the ace, going to be running into a hand like this, and Panagiotis will be absolutely loving this, surely taking it upstairs. He's just flatted. Oof. He's just flatted with the ace-ace jack-jack. So 2 yellow cards for these guys.
Someone might get sent off post flop.
Yeah, I mean, Danius would have had to peel this one versus.
We see both of them flopping a flush draw and an overpair.
Yep.
Panagiotis having 2 overpairs.
And Danius has the gut shot, and actually with the backdoor clubs as well, a slight equity advantage.
Oh wow, I didn't even look at that. That's a surprising one for me.
Yeah.
Especially with the flush draw being pretty dead.
And having a pair as well,
yeah.
so you can have a 7 or a 3, which are obviously
right, yeah,
cards that add equity but don't really add any kind of implied equity. You know, you're not going to win a big pot on a 7 or a 3, but what's going on here then? So it looks like Danius was gone for the bet.
So Danius bet.
Yeah. Again, the bet in position on this kind of texture is a little bit optimistic. We really want to have decent removal for Queen, Jack, a better or a worse flush draw in some ways to bet than this King High. Don't want to really.
I think it might be the idea of being in position on turn and being allowed to get a free river as well, right?
That's also true, yeah.
So it might be that thinking, like as a PLO fish, that would be my idea. But maybe you can, turn some kind of equity that you don't want to bet on turn or 2-barrel on turn.
Yeah.
So now you're in the spot, obviously having trips and some redraw and whatnot is very comfortable. But yeah, and we see like the brickiest of bricks ever.
Yeah, he knows his opponent's not going to have many better hands at this stage. 10s, 9s often going to be check raising the flop. Most of the 8-7 that are going to flat a 3-bet out of position are going to have some additional components which are going to make them more likely to check raise.
Oh, and he checks back as well.
Okay, so he does go for the sort of secondary follow-up there to check back the river and takes it down as Panagiotis actually somehow finds a way to not get stacked there. That could have been a 4-bet pot with the stacks flying in, and he'd have been on the wrong end of it. So well timed, but
and gets tipped by John Kitty there for winning a pot, I think.
John's a little bit of a policeman in terms of some of the politics around the who's winning, who's losing kind of thing. He's a good follow on Instagram if you're not using that platform.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah,
yes.
John Kite Poker. Some great hand histories from his travels around the live circuit.
So very loud opinions about the players he plays against as well.
Exactly. He adds a little bit of drama.
Yeah, which is really good for poker as well, or at least for the fun of the game.
It definitely brings his competitive spirit into the fray. That's for sure.
Yeah, very much so.
So Noise86 is on the slots challenge, waiting for Martin to VP up a hand. So still waiting.
Enjoy your sober slots for the time being.
Yeah, exactly. I could be playing the same challenge, and I'd still be not being a naughty boy. I have a glass with Mintu ready. Okay. Might be better off sticking that one in the fridge for the time being, just so it doesn't sour. 2 or 3 players from Scandinavia. I believe seat 1, seat 5, and
seat
that's
4.
It. Seat 4. Oh yeah.
Norwegian, of course.
Of course, Norwegian. Yeah.
I see Danius now picking up aces with a suit, or actually
double suits,
double suit. But
not bad connectivity as well. The 6-5 obviously.
The ace queen also works pretty decently.
Yeah, really strong hand, of course. And the reason why we go into that for some of you guys that are new to 5-card is that aces aren't just aces like they are in Hold'em. You know, there are many different layers and kind of strength categories that you can apply to these hands, because within 5-card, equities run a lot closer, right? So you've got to be a lot more selective in terms of your strategies from opening and getting into the mix.
Yeah, your aces that are very bad aren't gonna really play well post flop when you're this deep.
No, and on these kind of live dynamics where it often goes 3 ways as well.
You need the playability.
Yeah, you need playability for sure.
You can't just hope for pre-flop all-ins and all that.
No. And even so, when you do have like the nut low aces, like the equity in like 3-way all-ins is actually kind of low.
I would see Manuel just folding his jack-high flush draw here versus a bet. Danius obviously having bottom 2 pair aces and the ace of hearts.
Yeah.
Just very comfortable bet, of course.
Definitely, yeah. It's less so that he's got 2-pair right now, but it's more that he blocks check raises from Manuel's range. So he's
blocking the nut flush draws is a really big component there. As we see the dealer change, we might see some kind of bump odds happening. As might be usually in one of the looser games where they start to introduce it, but doesn't really look like it.
No.
Oh no! It's at least a double straddle.
Okay.
Okay, so there's some.
That's
looseness.
almost a given at this stage.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of straddles. And really enjoying the commentary from Noise. He says, at least we can enjoy how soft and stylish Martin throws in his cards in the muck. He has been practicing that a lot.
I gotta say, having a good fold might be one of the more satisfying things.
It gets you through the days in those...
Straight in the muck, yeah.
When you can just kind of like pitch it in the way that it goes underneath the deck, you know. That's a good one. If you're on a card dead day one run, and you kind of sat there listening to some rather unfortunate conversations around you.
Or just listening to some very good music, or some very bad music, depending on your taste.
Yeah, actually, speaking of very bad music, I was looking at Jon Kite's Spotify Wrapped, and his top song was that I'm blue, double D, double D. He just sits there playing live, listening to that on repeat.
I mean, I can't really slag off someone's music choices when mine is just like very local party music that are a bunch of local artists.
Well, you got to respect the local artists.
Yeah,
there's at least some semblance of authenticity there, you know.
Yeah,
supporting the local scene.
They're not the best songs, but it's all like reminiscence of having a party.
Yeah.
So having that kind of feeling at the table kind of helps dealing with playing 8 hours of Life 2 card, you know.
Yeah, that's it. It can be really, really slow at times.
So let's see what we have here. We have Danius or 83 betting, or just polling.
I think he's opening on a double straddle.
Right.
Triple straddle. No. The straddle is to 80, so yeah, we've got a triple straddle.
just a
kind of 2.5x.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
I think sizing down when there's like multiple blinds being added. Again, you're going to be in position quite a lot. You want to keep the SPR nice and high, and you want to be able to play more hands.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah. Not done a lot of work in the double straddle spheres, of course, as a tournament player.
Yeah, mine's kind of on the fly, but I like to implement smaller open sizing just to make sure that I don't have to be so tight, because when there are straddles, you do tend to have to be tighter from early position, running into so many ranges.
And we see Eddie just putting in a very large amount of chips, which is way too much to
get anyone else to continue, but he's
obviously
he's got SPR1 with one of the players, and if he runs into Danius's ace queen, then I guess he's kind of going for this, so be it. Yeah.
Well, if you flop the boat, nice hands. I still have a life card.
Yep.
And obviously trips, pretty hard to flop trips.
Yeah, and he's nice equity to flush draws and straight draws and stuff like that, so definitely not a bad way to go about it.
Yeah, I believe we saw Matthias having the 5 high flush draw, which obviously isn't going to continue versus bet at any size.
But has a reasonable chunk of equity. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Jackpot hands.
John keeps mentioning some players playing a certain hand just because they've won a really large pot with them. I can definitely reminisce to or think of some people that definitely have that in their
spiked.
In their arsenal, being like, "Oh, I jack 8 off. I'll play this from any position because I've won a tournament with it."
Yeah, I won the local €50 nightly with that, so I'm gonna flat your 3-bet out of position in the EPT 5K.
I would have some very grubby holdings if I were doing that. God.
Have you had some really like razzy winners hands?
So I've had Queen 7 off as a 3-bet.
Okay.
I've had 3 suited in my recent one.
Yeah.
I think I had Jack 3 suited in the festival last hand.
Yeah.
God.
Pretty razzy.
Yeah. I think I've had A6 once, so
Okay,
but it was offsuit.
All right.
You know?
All right.
Treat yourself a bit.
At least it's not the classic aces winning photo.
Yeah, or like ace king suited.
Yeah, they get into the heads up like leveling chips with like 50 each, and it just goes in aces versus like ace queen or something.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I won. Look at this multi-way gambling going on here.
What's going on here?
Matthias is just in there with the Jack 10 8 7 3. Got the dangler.
Double
Danius,
flush draw though.
Double flush draw.
Are they both live? No.
John's got a huge hand. Ace Queen Jack 10 9.
Yeah,
That's what dreams
he's
are
almost
made
got
of.
a straight.
Almost. He only needs one
King
card.
ball. Danius with 60% of a royal.
Ooh,
No
what's
fours
that?
around. So Matthias has a
gut
gutter.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6. Well, the Jack.
Jack is
gonna
for
be
Matthias
a
and John.
chop.
John.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be chopped, right?
Jack 9. John.
Oh yeah, ace king, ace king.
Takes it down.
Ooh. Are there any bigger sunrunners than John Keat?
If you spoke to him, he would vehemently disagree with you.
Yeah, I think I would get slapped if I said that.
What? I run so bad.
Do you not remember this flip I lost?
Yes.
In the 330
It was
cup.
so sick.
Yeah, we've definitely had our fair share of talking to John when it came to poker.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so sick. I cannot believe.
He's blessing the cameras with the chip that he's won. As we see,
John.
Matthias once again continuing his bad run of yesterday, losing another all in.
Yeah, but he's happy to flip it in multi-way, and you've
Yeah.
got to take the rough with the smooth when you go for that strategy.
Yeah, of course.
Had the dangler as well, so yeah. Anytime you're in the 3-way all in and you've got that disconnected 5th card, it does tend to nosedive your equity somewhat. Lucky you don't have a minimum VPIP to remain at this table.
Yeah, app games would have been kind of rough for him, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah. He just booted off after 20 hands every time. Like, what's going on? They haven't dealt me aces yet. Yeah, that was more finished. That was a poor version, but it did have this kind of soft Scandinavian twang to it. So I'll work on that one in the mirror later on, and I'll bring it to you later on. It was so sick.
So sick.
Yeah, it's actually a bit more Estonian, maybe.
Yeah, I've not had the pleasure of talking to many Norwegians for the recent couple months, so I can't really say I've honed my my Norwegian imitation.
Do you have many Norwegians in the DTO streets?
I think there's some, some regulars that use it, but I was mostly talking about like Tobias Legnes.
Yeah.
And obviously the people that are here, like John and Ylva and Sven, the festival regulars basically.
Yeah. And they all speak basically perfect English anyway, with less
but
of a
the accent is there.
Yeah,
the accent is there.
It's subtle, for sure.
I mean,
noticeable, let's say.
It's noticeable, but it's not in English, basically. There's some intonation that that is very noticeable for both of them. But I guess it's the same as the Finns. They have a very noticeable way of speaking English. Or speaking Finnish, I guess, as well. As we see Manuel opening.
Yep, the King Jack 993.
Some
Just
better than wheelie aces, making the flat there from the small blind.
Yep.
Which I'll defer to you. Like, what do you?
I would just pot.
You would just.
I think it's an auto pot with a nut suit with lots of players behind, two straddles. I think you just try and drive the SBR down with this kind of hand.
Yeah. And now you're just in absolute no man's land, having no equity. Yeah.
The only thing that can come good for you here is to flop an ace and be a little bit like under-repped, let's say. But yeah.
And then we see a pretty big cooler happening because of the aces.
Yeah.
Not 3-betting. Now you just have second set for stop set.
John's gonna watch this
a
one
very
back
much
and think,
disconnected
if
board.
This guy had fucking 3-bet the aces, I wouldn't get set over set. It's
yeah,
so
exactly.
sick.
It's so sick.
And he does have a gut shot at least, so the 9 gets him out of jail, and the case jack.
And they're 3k effectives, and pot is 3k, so this might just get in here.
Yeah.
Seeing all the combo draws in the mirror there.
Yeah, and the queen is of a non-diamond as well, which could mean that Danius would be going for it with queen jack with diamonds, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That would be a hand that can definitely do this. Queen jack, diamonds with some kind of straight draw equity as well would play like this. So John needs to consider that.
I mean, John's never ever folding it, of course, but like having I guess having the 10 of diamonds is kind of like meh.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you want your opponent to have king 10-9 with diamonds most of the time.
He just calls though.
Yeah, I think he's
not wanting to get it in against like some insane combo draws.
And that's a horrible
that's
one
disgusting.
on the river.
Yeah, just snap jam call.
This is so disgusting as he snap calls and he knows that he's going to see the bad news here.
Yeah, just that. Yeah.
And the only problem with that river for John, although the SPR is so shallow that it doesn't really play a factor, but your opponent is very rarely going to turn queen jack into a bluff now, because he's going to have queen jack with diamonds most of the time, and he's not going to value jam a flush on the paired board. So
yeah,
it's just
he might have sixes though.
Yeah, yeah, or like some kind of queen 4 sometimes.
Yeah. Queen 4 seems a bit unlikely.
Queen 4, yeah, ace, king 10, queen 4, but yeah, from playing a lot of online, you do just get shown the queens there most of the time. Yeah, that sucks. It really does.
I have a bit of a mantra of just being like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to die here.
Yeah.
I guess in cash games that's even a bit easier, but
it is because you just got the fresh reload waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, it's a bit different than tournaments being like, okay, there's 40 left, and I'm just supposed to get stacked here.
I've traveled 3,000 miles to play this event. Here I am, deep on day 3, and I'm about to go. Yeah, so definitely easier in the cash game streets to take the beats, but John, when he watches that one back later on, will feel a bit gutted because that was a spot that he really shouldn't have been in.
He'll feel even more sick.
Yeah, even more sick. And a huge pot there. Martin would have folded jack there. It wasn't even near the nuts. Both queen and 4-4 were out there. Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, it's a great combo. Yeah, this spot sucks for John. Yeah, winning 99 in the chat, also being a pretty good mixed game player, a friend of mine. So
nice.
Of the very few fans that I actually have.
The Lone Ranger on the live scene. It's the way to do it. Keep the circle small, keep grinding, keep turning up, keep showing up.
Making friends on streams and just on the circuit itself definitely has a lot of benefits.
Some camaraderie, right?
Yeah,
it can be a bit lonely. I did a lot of live grinding at the start of my career, and it's nice to meet friendly faces, to kind of, go out for a drink or go out for lunch or dinner or whatever. And
just have post drinks.
Make it a bit more human.
Yeah.
Rather than just busting and heading straight to the hotel room.
We see a bounty hand from Martin. We see the 3 aces with 1 suit.
Ooh.
In a limp pot, so he's actually forced to play this hand. So take a shot. Whoever was doing the drinking game of Martin.
It's a forced VPIP though, so it's like a half.
No. No, you gotta. Okay. And he flops the nut flush draw as well here.
Yeah, of course.
Nut flush draw, second pair, overpair.
Yeah, he's got the queen blocker as well.
He's not going anywhere here, so yes.
I'm saying it counts for half a shot. Michelle is saying it's the full shot, so
especially when he's now the equity favorite, right?
We've got to go with the guest.
Yes.
It's the full shot, and now he's got the equity. His VPIP post flop, so that definitely gets the upgrade.
Yeah.
And he has led for €100 into 170 here with the nut flush draw. 3 aces, of course, block a lot of the ace jack 10s types of hands that might continue.
Yeah, and he just gets the W. He's like basically ashamed to even muck his cards.
He's hiding behind his hand there, feeling a little bit embarrassed maybe. And here comes Matthias back in the mix after being unfortunate not to take down the 3-way coup.
Winning 99 saying half a shot are not a thing.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely agree with that one. All or nothing, baby.
Feels like he should do a Jaeger shot though.
What, add another one?
Yeah.
At that point,
maybe
you might as
just
well go for a petrol shot.
I mean, maybe just a less strong alcohol, just for the
Yeah, a shot of Coors Light for a little sprucener, just to keep you topped up.
Yeah.
Georgie's got a playable hand here. Ace King 5-5 double. That's going to be a VPIP from any position.
I'd imagine that this would be close enough to a VPIP, even if you had like a random dangler here in 5 card.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because of the nut suit. But
yeah, 2 high suits and a pair, yeah. Yeah, the Ace King 5-5-4, for example, 5-5-3.
Or 5-5-8, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, any kind of interaction with the 5. And Danius here, not typically with the sort of hand that you want to 3-bet. When you 3-bet versus early position, you want to unblock the king because most of the folding range is going to be the weaker kings combinations. But he takes it anyway.
Yeah.
And he goes for the little like pot builder style small 3-bet in position.
That's very interesting because I know Danius as a pretty strong mixed game player. So he might be more
averse to kind of limit forms.
Yeah, but also more familiar with the 08 type game. So this hand might speak to him a bit more than let's say an Ace King 8-7. You know.
Yeah, this is the kind of hand that you, in any kind of 08 variant, you're playing for it all.
Yeah, exactly. And we see a flop that's pretty good for his.
Yeah.
Exact hand, yeah.
Exact hand, yeah. Flops the
and for calling range, I guess, as well. Like
exactly. Like he's going to have a lot of the connected hands. Danius is going to be more aces heavy with this 3-bet, although we did see the smaller sizing, so could be a fair argument that he's going to be a little bit more linear.
See Captain Hammer asking, so John has lost 6k total. Was it
10?
Was it 10k yesterday?
I think he said he was down 10. Yeah.
It might have been John overreacting with how much he lost.
He likes to round up the losses.
Yeah. Like, so sick.
So sick.
But yeah, definitely not to the greatest start today. Losing that. Oh no, he won the multi-way all-in. So he might actually be break even on the week now. Because he won the 3-way all-in.
Yeah, that was for how much?
2k effective?
2k.
Maybe?
Yeah.
And maybe 1.5 and then 2k. So
they could be getting.
That's plus 3.5.
Plus the tournament win.
Yeah. So he's definitely not having too bad of a series besides like the Franke game.
No, I don't think he's doing too bad, and I think that it's all rolls into one long marathon sort of session for him anyway, because he puts in so much volume that.
Do you believe that the entire life is a session type mantra of?
I tried to because I play cash, so it's like getting caught up in the daily/weekly swings. It's essentially irrelevant, I think, for the most part. If you review the hands, you do the work, and you keep going, surely it's going to even it out in the long run. But how do you feel? Obviously, you're playing a lot more live, and you kind of go week by week, series by series.
Yeah, it's more in tournaments is of course a bit different for the whole everything's a session. But I've also realized that even being able to get close to any volume in compared to online, it's kind of. It's kind of noise, and being more of the side of any volume or swings are irrelevant because you're never gonna get any hands in.
Yeah.
So I'm more of the I'll take what I can get.
Just keep on marching on.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm the one sun running for now, I mean I've been sun running this year. If I'm allowed to. By the poker gods to do it another year, I'll obviously happily take it. Yeah. So I think it's mostly noise, and then try to play your best game. So as we see, Manuel here pick up aces in a very nice spot.
Going to go for the limp back raise on an action. Kind of lots of ISOing on this kind of table. Lots of people playing slightly. Weaker than standard ranges.
You mean John with the Jack 8 for this, with the 2 bad suits. Almost completely dominated there.
Not conventional from John, but he's got a little bit of connectivity and not the board he was looking for. Bottom 2 versus top set.
And I think John just very quickly realizes that he's very much drawing that here.
Yeah, he's going to be up against a pretty aces heavy range.
Yeah. And if it's not aces, it's definitely some ace king X, which can be just king high flushes now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and he doesn't even hold any additional equity to equity that can be dead. So
yeah, and he just show folds to Jack 9, which
fair enough.
Yeah.
And a little wry smile as if to say,
yeah, you only have it. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Which is fairly fair, but I think Manuel gives enough action and Pikachu, for the sake of the stream, that he's going to rock up with some non-aces hands there. But yeah, the most part, he's going to have some weaker aces holdings that are looking to go for the back raise and drive the SPR down.
He might thunderbolt in some like some very nice rundowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Which also have interaction with his board as well.
Yeah, because they're going to be double suited mostly.
Yeah.
He's got to wait 7 more hands until Martin gets aces in the big blind and check as well. We'll see. Hopefully he's got something to say for himself.
Yeah, he's in the small blind right now, so...
There we go. That's
with what? Oh, okay, just a one straddle in.
Okay, there's a potential.
Yeah.
Matthias certainly won't be shying away from this one.
Double suited queens with a somewhat connected side cards.
Yeah.
Queen 8, obviously,
I think by
straight
the
flush draw.
This might actually just be an open fold, but...
who likes the book?
Yeah, exactly. Who likes the book? Let's just pop it up.
Yeah. Treat yourself, you know. Like, I think that's also a good takeaway. Just say...
Yeah.
The book is, or
the book
basically
is
what kind of what you're supposed to do. Also relies heavily on what your opponents should be doing.
Yeah.
So if your opponents are underdoing some stuff,
under 3 betting for the most part.
Yeah.
That's a common theme across live poker.
In 2-card, it's mostly like under 3 betting and probably under putting in money in both flop spots. You can just get away with a lot more.
Not finding the overbets, not finding the putting you in the bin style situations, right?
Like when they have value, only betting half pot on river, that type of stuff. I think it might translate to this game.
Yeah, definitely a factor.
I see ace 5-5 for fold without a flush draw of any kind, which
that's fair.
Yeah.
And I think he even said, like, I really want to defend. I want to make sure that we're not just getting a raise and take, but I just can't with the Badugi ace 5-5-4 versus early position. Just almost one of the worst hands that you'd want to be v-pipping. So another 10-10-20 PLO action for you. No problem. And just having a look on the outer table action, we have now 15 tables running, including lots of PLO, lots of Super Dealer's Choice, Sviten table as well. Got a 10-10, a 5-5, PLO. 2 10-10 tables, including, I guess, the TV table. Matthias makes a disciplined laydown, considering what he was up to yesterday. Eddie from Juicy Spins had a bit of a quiet half an hour or so. You'll be shocked to see that Martin has still not played a hand. Georgie in the small blind, gets out the way, rainbow again. Talking about the importance of suits in your pre-flop Omaha hand selection. Very important to be getting in there with hands that can make strong hands, right? So rainbow is the first port of call when you're sort of dividing up the hand strengths of one category. Double suited first, single suited second, tri-suit third, rainbow stone last. So you can pretty safely play almost next to no rainbow hands, apart from the obvious ones. Jon is going to go for the follow-up bet here. He's got a backdoor flush draw alongside a pair blocker. 8 of hearts on the turn. Not a bad one for Panagiotis as he picks up a gutter. I don't think Jon is going to find the second barrel here. He does have the king of hearts, but surely not enough. And the jacks on the river are going to hold up, but he may feel like he's going to be up against a lot of hands like ace-queen, like kings, like aces. And I'd be surprised to not see him bluff. And Panagiotis here, taking the jacks to showdown. Surprised to see that. And actually coming up the winner.
So did I miss anything while I was gone?
Not much. Just a small post-flop spot. Panagiotis taking that one down. John giving up. Had a pretty unfortunate turn card and run out that wasn't really favourable for him and waved the white flag. So Danius now is first to act on the 10-10-20. 9-9-8-4. Don't think we'll be seeing him getting in the mix. Although we don't ever know. Oh, he's opened.
Oh. Opened for 2.5x again.
Yeah.
Against the straddle pot. And we see John obviously v-pipping.
Yeah, Jack 10-9-6.
2 double.
Yeah, I think I'd just prefer 3-bet or folding personally. The reason why is that when we flat here, we now just incentivize lots of players to enter with sort of suited components that can dominate us post-flop, whereas our hand plays okay in a 3-bet pot and a heads-up pot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, getting in more cards isn't exactly the thing you want.
It's not
I guess with
ideal
the straighty part of your hand, you kind of do, but like
having the
there's more to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just making the nuts here.
Considering
with,
like two-tone and rainbow textures just change PLOs so much, you know, like the emergence of a flush draw completely devalues straight draw components, right? So
yeah,
you want to be mostly putting the focus on what my flush potential is and kind of going from there.
We see pretty much everyone drawing that here besides...
Yeah, besides the Greekman.
Yeah. I mean, besides the both outs that everyone has.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that Matthias had fives there for a second. I thought you were going to say that he had the underfull, but not to be.
Yeah, no, Matthias is quickly folding, and yeah, this seems like the end of it. Sure, he might stick around with the backdoor nut flush draw, and
yeah, maybe for one, but he's led into what, 5 players, so
yeah,
it's going to be tough to have
seems
any
like
kind of
very
bluffs.
much, very much a you have an ace or nice hand.
Exactly. A little shake of the head.
Ace king 10-6 could have squeezed, but no.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, especially versus the
somewhat
somewhat face-up 2.5x open from a player that you've seen. You know, I mean, we've seen the whole cards, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen that his like size downs have been a little bit weaker in general, but yeah, I think with the amount of dead money in there, our hand plays pretty well at low SPRs with the 3 high cards and the nut suit.
I guess you also base it more on the actual opener instead of the the flatter the 2 flatters that are already like quite capped, right?
Exactly. Yeah. The flatters are going to have some rainbow aces sometimes, but for the most part, they're going to be out of there. So thank you for 87 of you joining here for the 10-10 PLO4 Cash Game Challenge. It's going to be difficult for any of these guys to surpass the near 1,200 big blind win from the festival owner Franke last night.
Well, saying that, Danius has over 10k already in his stack.
I think he reloaded 5 though, to be fair.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's makes more sense, but that definitely shows that he's gonna be pushing for some kind of shot at it.
Yeah, we've seen him in there pretty wide.
Yeah.
And he is actually in second place because he had a big win in one of the earlier streams in the week. He won 1,100 big blinds. So he might be kind of defending his position in some ways because I think Franke would give the package to the second place.
Ah, right, yeah, that would make sense.
So he's kind of in there being deep stack, making sure that no one else can surpass him.
Being the policeman, as you would say.
For the 1,600 euros worth of EV.
You see Pikachu turning with the 5-2s, the little straight there. Not much to speak of anyone else in the hand.
Looks like Danius was going to fire with the 7 blocker, blocking 7-5.
Blocking some 4x of hearts.
Yeah.
Could grab some flushes if the heart came in. Obviously, you kind of want to bet before the flush completes, as it does. To actually start repping it, but yeah, he just gives up completely.
The white flag.
Yep. believe we've seen this before from Danius with the King 6, where he just had turned bad trips and
yeah,
was like Ace King 7-6 on the 9-8-6.
Yeah. Where he goes for the little kind of...
He went for bet and then checked river on the brick. Yeah. So kind of a similar approach here, but giving up with what was an obvious bluff. Yeah.
Exactly, on a card that can improve in position there quite a lot when the backdoor flush draw emerges.
So kind of interesting seeing that strategy kind of play out in both ways, where he actually had it, and then right now it wasn't, or actually didn't have the value.
Didn't have it, and didn't have the strong enough components to fire another one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Guess he had a straight draw, which might be enough to fire in one bet, but that can't really bet river for value anymore.
No,
even when getting there. And we just want to turn that into the check calls of your range. Let's see another double straddle. It looks like Junkie definitely good to give action to the spin streamer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Junkie definitely. It doesn't really matter who's on the table, to be honest, for him to give action.
Yeah, he loves to get in the mix no matter what. Georgie here is going to be a little bit too weak to consider opening this one, I think.
I see someone rooting for Eddie in the chat. First time chatter. Good seeing you here.
Killer Kex, 119er. Pikachu, he's going to be in the mix there.
I guess Eddie is. Oh yeah, Eddie is the slot streamer C3 that I've had the fortune of sitting next to for 2 hours in the Hold'em board and getting stacked by.
Fun guy.
Yeah. Yeah, very likable guy. He kind of reminded me of Klaas Segebrecht.
All right.
Yeah, kind of the same look, but with a bit more hair on his head. And he admitted to playing a bit more poker than I would have expected from him.
He's going to Vegas and
he's played a lot of the WSOP events, saying he knew Dominic and Fedor and played against all of them. So definitely an enjoyer of the games, yeah. Which is good to see from people that the poker community
still appealing to a wider audience. Yeah. What's his surname, guys in the chat? If you have a little look at his Hendon mob.
I don't believe Eddie is a public figure because he's from Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, he was talking about that, but that's probably why he has the what seems to be a nick and
the nickname
in the name,
in the name as well. Yeah, keeping a low profile. Fair enough.
Yeah. Even though he's probably not based in Germany, to be honest, being
in Malta,
somewhat of a public figure. Yeah, so we haven't really seen much big action since the three-way all-in and
since the
I guess we saw Junkie get stacked with the Jacks versus Queens.
That's an unfortunate one.
Yeah. And Darius also rocking the pom-poms, it looks like, from Ilva Torshut.
Yeah, the Everkim stream.
Yeah. It's also pretty popular in the outside of Norway.
Yeah, she's got some good reach actually.
Yeah.
I saw
very likable, very fun to play with and talk with.
Yeah,
just
she's
about poker in general, and she actually ran.
Player.
Yeah, she ran deep in the main last year as well.
Yeah, she did. She was like
final 2 tables.
Yeah,
I believe final 2 tables.
Oh, she might have been even deeper.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Ilva definitely a player that knows how to play all the games as well.
Yeah, got third in the Coolbet Open here in September. I didn't realize that one. 25.2k score there.
That's a nice little bankroll booster if I've seen one. Yeah.
Third in the 1k high-low in EPT Prague.
Yeah, she's definitely well versed in all the games, and it's no big surprise that Norwegians generally play more than one game.
Yeah, absolutely, and 13th in the main event, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, great stream. So check her out over at Yevakim on Twitch if you're interested.
And I believe she's partnered with
Coolbet.
With Coolbet, which is also a partner of the festival.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can say that. It's all
yeah,
lining
exactly.
Don't want any of those non-festival partners to get any airtime here, that's for sure. Plenty of ways, by the way, to satellite your way in through the steps if you are looking to get yourself a package and you're interested in some of the action showcased here from the Banco Casino. Have a little look at the partner list if one of those is local to you or within the legislation. Get on there and get yourself over to the next festival. €1,600 packages are available almost every week on all of our partners. And for myself, from the UK, it's Party Poker, which is a great one to work up the steps. I know we had Mikey in here yesterday that was grinding some of the saddies. So that's a great way to get in the mix. Would be a great story if we could see the festival winner this year. I know you're still in, but maybe they could get second. Someone that won the package.
I hope not, yeah. Yeah, see all the partners on top of the screen.
And just as like an off-topic, how important is it for you, because you travel around so much, I mean, you're based in Vienna now, like how important is it for you to go and defend titles? Is that a consideration?
I mean...
Would you go to a stop where you feel like you have slightly less EV or slightly smaller tournaments, such as here with the 500 and the 1K sides?
I mean,
because you enjoy it.
For now, it was mostly to get back here and being based in Vienna, as you said.
Just over the pond or just over the river. Yeah.
I was before this. I was playing the Master Classics in Amsterdam, so I could just stay at my old home, I guess. And right after the Master Classics, there is this tournament series that is kind of running. The back end of that tournament series was running at the same time as this one started. So I kind of had to choose between playing either, which is the Circus Poker Series in Namur, in Belgium, which is a really popular location to play poker.
Or something.
Yeah, it's a 2K main, which is a 2K guarantee, which obviously is gonna be a pretty big magnet for every player that has like somewhere near the bankroll. So yeah, if it was purely for hunting EV, I would have been there and just grind off. But I kind of wanted to spend a week at my place because I only just moved in there last month, really, and I haven't been there much. So yeah, I just thought to take the week off, take some very low stress series here, and have a bunch of fun. You know, see a bunch of the festival regulars who are pretty close with among yourself, and just
just have some fun and
exactly.
enjoy it, and
I'm gonna have
the title as a bonus. Right?
Yeah, exactly, and it's still like a good 550 to play, and there's a 1K and whatnot, as we see a lot of chips in going in here. Well, we're talking, they're just like, oh, let's make some action.
Let's play a massive pot and two similar kind of hands, although Danius is completely dominated as Georgie has the overpair and covers his
Danius
backdoor
has one backdoor flush out the clubs that Georgie has as well.
He's blocking and also he's dominating at the same time. So this one will for sure be going in. You can't bet fold the nut wrap here, especially with two backdoor flush draws. So not sure what's what Danius is considering.
No, Danius has the top pair and nut shot, I guess.
What he might be considering is that he could call and then fold on a board pair on the turn, but I think that you just want to see all 5 cards for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, he might think of Georgie not being too active of a player, but just having... Oof. Yeah, folding 31% there is... in what seems...
just an auto get in.
Yeah. I definitely would have gotten stacked there anyways.
I think so. Even if he shows you his hand, you're in, right? So it's like, we've raised pre, bet the flop, get raised, and
Seems like we're doing what's this?
Yeah, what's going on here? Looks like something.
Were they playing stand-up game? Is that it?
Let's zone in on the table audio for a second. Classic John. He's completely unfiltered. Even more reason to check him out over on Instagram, John Kite Poker.
Didn't see any of the action. Oh, you bet folded. What a fish.
It wasn't a board that gets bet folded that much. I guess you could have like a gutter with a backdoor flush draw or something and a pair blocker that might go for it, but yeah.
Isn't that exactly what Danius had?
He had a full wrap.
No, that was the other player.
No, he had...
No, Danius had Jack 10 or Jack 10 Queen. Jack 10 King.
He didn't have a queen?
No, that was the other player.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so Danius had the 31% to get the... yeah.
I'm with you now.
Yeah. But yeah, it does seem like there's some kind of game going on besides the poker or with the poker that you have to... Maybe it's stand up or... Because we've seen Martin pay out there and the viewers in chat kind of have noticed that Martin hasn't won any pots besides the ace-ace one.
So maybe he's getting penaltied for that or something like that. Jan is going to 3-bet here and getting the call. Both players holding pocket jacks.
It's going to be hard to flop a set.
It certainly is. Maybe Eddie can find the queen though. Queen of clubs with a couple of juicy side cards could bring some action here.
King, queen clubs one time.
Ooh.
Oh.
What have we got?
Halfway there.
High. That's not the most fun, but at least John will find a way to win this
Snap
one for
bets, what seems like.
Looks away.
Yeah.
The old...
like, I have nothing. Here's a 5 of spades. Yeah. So sick.
How do I not get a call?
Yeah.
So John takes that one down. Still waiting on Martin to go for a PFR. Oh yeah, I completely misread the board then. I thought Danius had a wrap for some reason with double backdoor flush draw, but he had top pair, gut shot, double backdoor flush draw, right?
Yeah. Of which one of the backdoor flush draws was dominated.
Dominated, yeah. But obviously he's not to know.
Yeah, no. I'd not expect Danius to be the type of player to fold that strong of a hand.
No, yeah. He's been giving a lot of action across the week and is on a bit of a heater, and usually just kind of like close your eyes and stick it in.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're winning, you're just like, whatever. What's the worst that can happen? I've not lost any of those.
No, for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
So Panagiotis, he's been a little bit honest, I would say, for the most part.
I mean, this is an honest fold.
Yeah, it's an honest fold. Mateus definitely won't be folding. Double suited kings with some decent side cards.
Yeah. He's not the deepest. I guess playing 1k deep is still like 100 bigs, but
still 1,000 bigs for the normal game. But we are playing the straddles almost every round. He makes it
1,000 would be 10k, but you know.
Yeah.
And it's a straddled game, so yeah, it will be 50 bigs.
Yeah, 50 bigs he's got, yeah.
Won any pot? He hasn't played any. He won a pot with trip aces.
Yeah, that was a limp pot though, so he's still holding on to the fact.
Yeah, he checked back and then he flopped a nut flush draw and bet out. What if everyone folds if margin raise pre-flop? I mean, yeah, I guess. You gotta give action to get action. Yeah.
People very quickly, especially on live where there's less sample, people start niche shaming quite quickly.
Yeah.
Especially in these kind of lineups where.
I mean, it happened in the Hold'em game as well, where they where our seat 1 was just guarded for a bit, and then and then he opened. I believe it was seat 6. They were like, oh, alarm.
I'm out.
Yeah, not playing. Yeah.
So Matthias takes down a small pot there, improving to having a queen with the open ender and a flush draw, betting some equity and getting the job done. Manuel / Mr. Pikachu, Pika Pika, not able to find a call there for good reason. Yahuda has just made a straight flush on GG for a huge pot. You can drink to that.
I'll drink to that.
Why not?
You see some what looks like Norwegian in the chat. Good to have you here. Probably one of the rare John Kut fans. See Matthias with double-suited jacks, but probably not gonna play in this 5-card game when it's straddled.
So John has the double-suited, pretty nutty holding in this kind of lineup. Everyone getting in there relatively loose, except for Martin, of course. Oh, Martin might play a hand.
Oh. Oh, definitely Swedish, not Norwegian. Excuse me. I know that's a painful subject to mistake the two. Yeah. And Martin immediately gets asked if this is the first hand he's actually V-pipped.
Yeah.
Saying no, I've definitely won a pot, sir.
And he also misses the 3-bet as well.
Yeah.
You just want to be 3-betting this one, not allowing the blinds to come in.
And what a flop.
Yeah, what a flop.
Oh.
Bottom 2, gut shot, backdoor flush draw.
Yeah.
And
John's already moaning, of course. Already like, I'm dead against queens here. It's like,
giving
so
him a
sick.
spin, and he's got some equity.
Yeah. Give me a 4. Yeah, you're ahead. Which,
of course.
Barely true.
Yeah. So, Jon looking for a 4. A king.
You're looking for deuce.
Deuce. Oh, queen on the river.
That seems good enough.
That'll do the job for Jon Kite. Improving 2 trips and gonna take that one down.
That's the second all-in John's won today, by the looks of it. He's lost one as well, but seems like he's up close to 1k now.
I would say so.
Yeah.
A modest win for these stakes, but a win nonetheless.
Anyone would take 50 big blinds on a day, right?
Absolutely. For
2 hours?
Probably 40 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, looking at a pretty high BB per 100 there.
Yeah.
125.
Yeah. We'll take that. And we see Martin after getting stacked,
just
calling the day. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
just been card dead all day, to be honest.
Yeah,
so
it's not been exactly like missing loads of spots to VPIP.
Yeah.
But also potentially feeling like this table is maybe a cut above what he's usually playing in, and it's not like an amazing spot to rebuy, I think, in his seat.
Yeah, no, he kind of sandwiched between some more aggressive players, to say the least.
Yahuda says, call in Daniel Lang, wake him up. Not sure who Daniel Lang is.
Yeah, I'm blanking on that name, yeah.
No, 3 of us unaware of that. I can stake it, full stop. Clucking for the action. Danius in the mix. Ace, King, Jack, 7, 6, double.
Yeah, see.
Pika, he's in there.
Picture.
And Panagiotis has a connected hand completing from the big blind. And flops an open ender.
Yeah. Pair and gutter ball for Mr. Manuel.
And this is the kind of spot that we've seen Danius choose aggression with conventionally a hand that wouldn't bet. But he does check. I like that check.
Even with the double backdoor, you'd...
yeah.
Or like with the straight flush draw, or the straight up flush draw, and then...
Yeah, because we just don't want to build a pot 3 ways with the king high here and 5 cards.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. So if this were 4 card and the 6 weren't there...
We unblocked the 9s and the 10s and like loads of automatic continues, so...
Speaking of the 9s and the 10s...
Speaking of the 9, 10, 10s, Panagiotis here has improved to a pair with a straight blocker, and wow,
there's the nuts.
That's the nuts for Danius.
Yeah. Could be an interesting spot to lead for Panagiotis, as he does.
Yeah.
Which
representing the change in board texture, which should favor the out of position caller as opposed to...
Kind of utilizing the 9 of spades pretty nicely here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. You got to have this in your arsenal sometimes. Unfortunately, he has run into it.
Here's the big Hollywood of like blowing in your hand, being like...
Yeah, before the inevitable raise.
Being like, pot. Yeah, it's gonna be...
He's not gonna level himself into a call versus the naked kings with the king of spades or something with the 9-4. Just gets out the way.
Yeah, show the jack of spades. King of spades, okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Look, blocker,
Who will give us the entertainment? Maybe Eddie, but he's in a bit of a quiet mood, I would say. Not really had many hands to work with.
Yeah, he's definitely not gotten the hands that he's gotten in Hold'em.
No.
By the looks of it. Yeah, and
he had a lot of playable ones in Hold'em.
Yeah.
Just like coming along, suited connectors, you know, like decent pairs. Was able to VPIP a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, just been mostly John, Danius, and Pikachu so far. With a little sprinkling of Seat 1 as well.
I kind of would have expected that at the start of the table, maybe.
Yeah.
John being like a very active player, Pikachu obviously being an aggressive regular, and then Danius coming off a win and also being quite known as to not shy away from a VPIP.
Exactly. And I think that's the key thing, that kind of confidence when you come in for a win, play a high-stakes game. You come into it in a different situation where you've been on a downswing and you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit here with my 1K and try and make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or wait for something to happen, I should say. So, Panagiotis, beautiful hand to 3-bet here. Double suited and really well connected.
Oof. Yeah, this is a kind of hand that's not aces that you dream of.
Yeah, exactly.
John seeing 3 with double suited kings.
Fair enough. And
might be kind of scared to obviously get it in, but
yeah,
being dominated on the flush draws is also like obviously a big thing in 5 card.
Yeah, and we're going to see a confrontation here because John has a double backdoor flush draw with an open ender, and Panagiotis has the 987. With a double backdoor flush draw, and Pikachu kind of caught in the crossfire, but he's just got the gutter. He's going to get out the way.
Yeah, and here we see the third all-in of Junkets.
7, no good.
That's a straight
for Panagiotis, as John was hoping for a miracle hold there versus all kinds of equity. The spade was actually a pretty good card for him.
Yeah.
But not to be.
Yeah, now John's 2v2 in all-ins. Meaning he's slightly down, I guess. Yeah, he's slightly down.
To the rake, or some of them were bigger than others, kind of thing.
Some lost some small pots.
Yeah.
Result. Yeah, which is the most common thing that's happening in such a short session.
Short session in the game where the equities run close, right? Unless you run well in the all-ins, it's going to be difficult to book a big win.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Seems like we're kind of running to the end of this session as well. Like,
yeah, I think
might not be actually, but
maybe sort of 15-20 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
And what happens on these stream games is that the action will spill over. So we will stop the stream for the night, get some rest, come back with the main event coverage tomorrow, and these guys can play on for as long or as little as they want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually the games with more action, like the Frankie game yesterday, that continues until they see fit. But maybe this one they might go and do other things. I don't think it's like necessarily like the juiciest game ever, but we've seen enough action definitely to warrant the stream, and it's been an enjoyable one.
I believe at least like for maybe 5 players of this game would feel kind of obliged to keep playing, or feel fun enough to keep playing. Like the Hold'em game that was on before, where I was on, really didn't really continue.
No,
and obviously
kind of died after,
Pikachu and Eddie definitely wanted to play the PLO instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty clear cut that game wasn't going to continue at all.
Yeah. And
as we see, 2 flush draws.
Yeah.
And kings.
Yeah.
The looks of it.
Pikachu has the kings with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor wrap. John has the, what's he got? A gut shot with the 8 high flush draw. He's actually going to bet.
Yeah, this seems rather very optimistic.
Bet. Yeah, not a fan.
Gets Pikachu default though, which is a boatload of equity just gone on
Exactly.
turns.
That's a nice one to get out, but you are going to run into.
Oh yeah, and he's going to get slapped in there. But yeah, this kind of mandatory. Just have to size stack off.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you bet that much versus the short stack. Well, short stack. He's
going to get the moan in while having 44%.
Yeah. What's he need? He needs an 8, a 3, or a deuce. Oh, he finds the 3.
Bing.
Offsuit 3 for John, who's getting the moan in ready, but he's going to actually take this one down.
Yeah. That's the stack for John, or for Eddie. unfortunately.
Ouch. Yeah, Eddie from Juicy Spins had a great run of it in the Hold'em, but can't continue with the momentum in his favour in the PLO. It's not really had much to work with and gets a great hand there. Ace 10, 9, 9, 7 double. Finds a dream flop. Anytime you flop the top set blocker with the nut flush draw, you're happy to get it in with the 4 and the deuce, of course.
Yeah.
And John finds a way to connect with the lower end of the board. Sneaky, sneaky John. Looks like Eddie's back in the mix.
Yeah, he's he can still roll some profits off the Hold'em on the table and be break even on the day, you know, which isn't too bad of a spot to be in.
Some passive income from the Juicy Spins maybe coming in his pocket as he's playing.
Get some affiliate money in there.
Exactly. Don't think he's going to be having any sleepless nights over that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's shown to have rebought for what looks like 1k more.
Yeah, those purples are 500 each, right? So just over 1k, something like that. So winding down here for the Friday coverage here at the festival, and we are going to be motoring on into the weekend action with the main event taking the limelight. We're going to have the feature table for the main event. Going to start coverage in the mid-afternoon, around about where the bubble play starts to begin.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's
sort of like 4 o'clock-ish.
Ah, okay.
I would imagine. You're continuing at what, 12?
Yeah, it's restart at 12, I believe. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to have a bit of a quiet day, quiet end of the
night.
Yeah.
I would say so.
It's safer me being here and not getting out of line instead of sitting at the bar with Franken and some of the other lads. Yeah.
And maybe even Jacob is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dancing around, having a good time. Fresh off of a Mincash and the Hendon mob.
Moaning about how good I run on stream. Yeah.
You could hear it right from the table.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I called out some of it, being like, "Oh, Mo and I are so lucky." Yeah, like, yep.
Yep. And that's why I'm here.
Yep. See, Manuel just rivering the King High Flush, and John just like, yeah, John being John. Probably had just naked trip jacks.
Yeah.
Not showing his cards.
It's got like pocket deuces or something. No.
Oh no,
it's a boat.
Manuel's bet.
Yeah. No, what's
he's called.
He's got a queen high flush, I guess, with all of this antics.
Probably just a naked jack, to be honest. Diamond hearts. Seems like with the jack.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think he showed ace king of hearts, so maybe he's got a straight.
Could be as well,
Yeah.
All pretty common hands to just be
to end up in. Yeah.
Sigh call. And John enjoys a bit of a sigh and then a call.
Yeah, a bit of a sigh and then a call.
Yeah.
And a bit of moaning and then a fresh
more
reload.
sigh. Yeah.
No, he's a good ambassador for the game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting restarting tomorrow for the stream at a later stage than day 2 starts. But
yeah,
I guess it makes sense. No one really wants to see.
No, I don't think people
tournaments.
I
mean tournaments when there's at the start, like let's say for instance Triton are really interesting because
you're playing super high stakes.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Lots of amazing players and also like super unorthodox recreationals.
Yeah, exactly, and some like really high names, like high-profile names.
High-profile names, yeah. It was amazing watching some of the PLO Triton coverage. Actually, I was really surprised that the level of play was much lower than I expected to be.
Was it?
Yeah.
So we're just like FOMOing to like, get the next plane to Monaco.
Like find me a backer.
Yeah.
But in
might know a guy.
But in all seriousness, like it's motivating in the most sense.
Yeah.
Because you're like, wow, I'm not a million miles away from this, Yeah. So
do you believe that there's some kind of disconnect between certain mid stakes and then the higher stakes, where it's like the skill kind of dips down and then goes back up again?
I think that definitely watching some of the super high stakes, it's guys that have like built a role when the games were like at the ultimate level in terms of juice. and they kind of have these like 7-figure rolls, and now they're the only people that can afford, because it's so difficult now to grind your way up from low stakes to elite stakes online. I think so. The guys that are actually playing 5-10 or across the main sites and 10-20 are usually the sharpest guys, I'd say, in there. And I think that's true with Hold'em as well, because there's a guy called Cameron Couch who's like deemed to be one of the best right now, and he's playing 5-10. You know, so.
Gonna be honest, I've never heard of the guy.
No? Okay, that's interesting.
Maybe his screen name is familiar, but
he plays real name on the main, the main site right now.
Yeah, I've not played much online, so I have a bit of a disconnect to that atmosphere. As we see, 2-pair beat 2-pair.
2-pair, but
yeah,
not really
no bets going in.
Yeah,
I mean it's a pretty decently big pot.
Queen 9 and Ace Queen are out there. When 3 straights are, you're very rarely betting 2 pairs, more sets.
Yeah,
with
as we see a bit of a funeral for the 7 deuce there.
Yeah, getting outdrawn there.
Yeah.
But yeah, DTO actually has the Cash App.
Yeah, they just recently announced it. Yeah, I was contemplating of putting a patch on, but like.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Yeah. You fly your own flag here. That's no problem.
Yeah. But there was a lot of demand for actually getting a because they had the cash product forever, right? To get the app.
Well, like an integrated mobile version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can, like, just train hands.
Yeah, when you're on the train or on the toilet or whatever, on the couch, watching a Netflix series that you've watched for 5 times, and be like
that old chestnut.
Yeah, exactly. Or you know, sitting in a lawn chair somewhere enjoying the sun. You want to keep sharp a bit when on holiday. The mobile app's amazing, and now we finally have the cash version of it, and
perfect. And you've been running a lot of tournament spots, right? Because you can just blitz through like 30 big blind, in the money, chip EV, and all sorts. Right?
No, it's mainly chip EV. So that's the brunt of the work, of course.
Okay.
The in the money stuff or ICM adjusted stuff is a kind of
like more obsolete. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot more nuanced to certain setups, right?
Yeah.
Where
you're
talking about different risk premiums that certain situations have, and then you have to consider how relevant it is for a certain spot.
Yeah.
Which obviously in tournaments is a bit of a vague thing, and ICM in itself is like a model that might not be ideal for tournament play, right?
Yeah. I think especially there's one very well-known streamer that pushes that so heavily, and I always feel like he's just trying to make the pools a lot tighter and spots that are just so unnecessary to be tight.
I think
50% of the field left. I've got to. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, let them push that, and then I'll just play chips or wider than chips
and print.
And end up with 2x average, you know.
Exactly, end up with 2x average. End up in that spot where you can leverage that and maneuver that.
Yeah, exactly.
Them. Yeah.
Then once it actually gets relevant, I'll mostly be a big stack and probably win more often, right?
Exactly.
Which
that's how it works in PLO as well. You're very much incentivized to take thin spots earlier in a tournament, so that you do have the future game value of domineering the ICM. The near the money and near the final table bubble play.
Yeah, as I spotted a little pom-pom in the chat, seeing Kim, streamer as well, Norwegian. There's a seat available in the table.
I think in lifetime, actually, the game is over, unfortunately.
Yeah. It could have been a good side. But yeah, having seen Ilva here, always fun.
Absolutely.
Was a great streamer. Definitely follow her if you haven't already. Great enjoyer of the mixed games and some very approachable person as well.
Senkel 92 as well, popping up out of nowhere. We're getting the VIPs coming in later on.
Now we have to actually look at what strategy we're saying. We're getting criticized here, George. Senkel probably heard about John losing an all-in and was like...
Can't wait to sweat it.
Yeah. As you see Eddie with a very attractive Queen Jack or Queen Jack 9 in 4 card with a suit.
Yep, definitely opening.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hand. Pikachu out the way. Panagiotis has been kind of tight, but fair enough with the 6-5-3-3. And Matthias double suited in the straddle. Going to be defending here, I imagine. And does. It is fortunately dominated.
Is the pom pom on a pom pom patch on the fish?
Ah, yes.
I definitely say that Danius isn't the fish given his recent results, and he's probably also up in this cash game, I believe.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's up on multiple cash games throughout the week, and
he's been doing well.
He's played the style which is, I wouldn't say like the sharpest, but it's very tough to play, and he's just given lots of action.
Which might actually be very good for this type of game, right?
With lots of overfolding.
Yeah,
exactly. Kind of, post-flop a little bit nut heavy
like you don't want to follow a chart everywhere, so...
No, absolutely not.
And so do we have a world champion here? Absolutely. World champion of 8 different games, Tobias. 8 games.
8 games. Oh, there's a heart on the turn for
Eddie. They're running it twice here, it seems.
And a 4, so that's going to be Matthias actually with the
that's a brutal one, yeah.
That is a brutal one with one of the hearts gone as well.
Yeah, Eddie is not having the best PLO game here.
No. Oh dear, it's getting a bit dicey on the club.
Oh, that's Club Club.
No, he scooped it. 2.2k.
Brutal. Yeah, Matthias is showing up. God.
Oof, that's a rough beat.
Yeah. The backdoor clubs is... You see Matthias completely celebrating this W there.
I think a little bit on the worst end of those apple juices yesterday.
Yep.
Just kind of...
you see the Coke being untouched in the background as well.
I haven't heard any table audio from him either. No. Yesterday he was really the star of the show.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed being in the same poker room as him, being in the tournament area.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the louder people.
It's a real song and dance.
It might be chirping chips, to be honest.
I think it was, because after he dusted it off the Franco, we didn't hear any more from him. So closing things out, I think we're going to have at least 1 or 2 more hands for the closing stages of the 10-10 action today. We had the 10-10 Hold'em that Michelle played. How did you get on? You booked a tiny win in the end.
20 euros, so solid hourly.
60 euros an hour, not too bad.
I'll take it, you know.
Take it where you can.
Yeah.
You had fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Got in a few unlucky spots, got the fortunate one versus the blind all-in with having the pair versus 2 unders. That's always a nice spot to be in.
Very rare spot, spot with 9s, but you know.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Was a pretty good board for me, so I was optimistic already.
Like Jack 4 deuce or something?
Yeah, like Jack 6 4 deuce Jack.
Jack 6, didn't he? Yeah,
he had like 8-6.
8-6. Yeah.
So yeah, you see Eddie here. Just losing the all-in, picking up the Ace-King 10-9 triple.
Getting in the mix, for sure. Lots of high cards. So
yeah, definitely looking to put all of his money in here, I'd imagine.
I think he's going to go for a
if forced
spin,
to.
Right? Danius is going to meet him with just a call, fair enough. Yeah. Single-suited Jack.
There can be some call crash flops here involving a king. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
With the diamonds, maybe not, but...
Yeah, this is... I mean, yeah, no. This is going to be...
straight blockers on a 3-flush board.
Danius kind of contemplating his options here.
Yeah.
Might want to lead small here for... at least sometimes, but...
Blockerless with the diamond, but facing the check back.
As we see the...
Yeah.
Not a small lead.
Wow.
2 turns. That's
pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's gonna put Eddie in a spot.
Yeah, and just takes it down. 21% in.
Surrenders to 2 pair.
100.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird spot actually. And like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's a rough one. Got to defend when you check back there, but facing that size, you kind of like, well, I'm expecting an all-in.
Yeah, you wouldn't really expect the big lead there.
No, not often. You've either got the board completely locked or you're blocking, right? So it's like...
Again, you can definitely have the flop royal being like, I'll check back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
give you a
would
turn.
have waited to the river as well. Senkel agreeing that it's more of a double delay kind of spot, and now the straight block has become a bit more relevant versus the capped range.
Thanks, Senko, for the congratulations on the 120. It definitely was a very much appreciated win after the rough month that I've had. See John
kind of spinning it in here late on. Doesn't have a nut suit, but
like,
why not?
I'll be in.
Go on then.
Yeah. Looked at 3 cards probably.
Georgie.
Yeah, he's
probably going to flap, considering how, or maybe even consider folding from how.
Yeah,
we've seen
some folds here from Georgie.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm not folding this one.
He's a strong
Very
online player playing PLO tournaments, but he might be a little like.
A little bit too much by the book.
Yeah,
maybe?
exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Not adjusting maybe to the game dynamics. Oh, he's going to prove us wrong.
Yep. Got him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kind of stumbling there with the non-premium 3-bet.
Yeah.
But does eventually get it over the line.
That could be a very funny tell, but yeah, John just doesn't have the hand to play back at that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
No.
Looking at your card like that, it's like, okay, you're gonna fold, buddy.
I think he knows the.
Okay, how much do you? How much you have? Yeah, okay. Oh, full big hand. Show ace king, I fold probably. Knowing John.
So sick.
Oh, so sick. Look a big fold. I know you're weak. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it in everything that John's doing here.
I don't think John likes folding.
Nah, but
I think he might even flick it in here. But yeah, like you said, it's one of the poorest kind of hand classes to defend.
Show ace king, fold. In comes. Pick 2 card up. I mean, he's just not acting like this too long. It might be one of the last hands.
Oh, there we go. A bit of a song and dance and a bit of TV time.
Yeah,
a
bit of Hollywood.
Short on that.
Yep.
John does hate
and get shown the king queen jack 9.
Doing quite well against.
Yeah.
After stumbling the 3-bet over the line.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually pretty funny how consistent some of those tells are, where people just say, either like
straddle in the 3-bet with the lighter hand. Yeah, exactly.
If like putting in a raise or whatever, or putting in a c-bet when there's like riffling chips, and then all of a sudden the chips just go anywhere. Like,
I guess I've got to.
Yeah.
All right, we're 3-betting. And then the body is like kind of going against the mind.
Exactly. Yeah. They're like, see sauce coming, probably saying like, okay guys, you have to go.
Yeah.
You weren't fun enough, you have to leave.
Nope, that's going to be it from you guys.
You're banned. So I think obviously the tournament, or one of the tournament directors is doing an outstanding job here.
It's incredible
for a couple of years.
The amount of actions that they get here is incredible, guys. Check over to the bancocasino.sk if you're interested. Yep. It's basically like a live €250 main event, 250k almost every week.
Basically every 2 weeks. Yeah, every week they run some main event that has probably a bunch of starting flights. Yeah, with very good structure from.
I know guys that live here and just grind live tournaments, playing all the day ones and just running up a stack in one of them, doing it that way.
Let's see John Chofold. Some very good hand in the double straddle. The jack 8-3 deuce, Badugi.
Can't believe I run so bad.
Oh, you owe me. Yeah, no, I'm just. There's some very good stops to play tournaments at, and I think if you're a beginning low-stakes player or some low-stakes player that just plays online and wants to dabble into live games,
ABI.
Oh yeah, you're gonna crush it. Yeah,
you're gonna crush it. You're gonna have a big win rate. You're gonna probably get through a stack on day one like something obscene, like 33% of the time. It's really high, honestly.
Yeah. I think if it's one of the better locations to get started in playing live, especially because it's such an easy entry to to the live circuit in general.
Yeah.
And you might actually just find some people that end up being lifelong friends, right?
Exactly. That's a great byproduct.
Especially when you're finding like-minded people, which you will a lot here.
That you can start to talk hands with and work your way up the ranks.
Yeah. So we see
Pika
Manuel
Pika.
with double suited trips, which is a bit rare. But just goes in with the limp. He's
Pot control.
he has limped in with the aces before when he's limped raised.
So he's balanced.
So yeah, yeah. We see the 3 Broadway trips.
Yeah.
Being in there, kind of planted to seed earlier on, and now might just be there to.
Might be time for John to drive up the action.
Yeah, with the 5 banana cars there.
He doesn't need any kind of hand. Oh, that's what he's got.
But there's the sole ace.
So what do we got here? Danius has a piece. He's got the 9 high flush
John
draw.
with a 6 high flush draw.
Yeah, maybe some future blockers
Bottom
with
pair.
the 6s.
Yeah. So you fold from Eddie with
Danius
the
let
bear
out.
queens. See John fold and King Queen Jack Jack is folding, which
Out the way with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw.
Sure.
Thinks that the multi-way lead is a little bit too strong for his liking.
fair enough. That's a bit funky one to lead, I guess. The King do straight.
Yeah, exactly. Not by the book, but in line with the way he's approached the table, which is to go after these kind of multi-way.
Wouldn't mind it if he's also doing it with like deuces and threes, of course. And maybe, nut suits are pretty hard to have when he would have ISO'd pre, but
Tough to have for anyone to have any kind of kings in a limp pot.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
You've seen those getting ramped up with just about any of those combos. So we've got a big old straddle pot to end things for the night here. 10, 10, 20, 40, 80. Do we have the 160? Going once.
Marius?
Going twice.
Clock.
Ah, yeah.
Just gets to see all his cards before acting.
Yeah.
And it's 5 of them, so,
Come on, get in there.
being in the cutoff.
Oh, and he gets punished
Should have straddled.
by a strong hand.
Oh, and he's folding.
No, come on.
Looks like a fold. Yep, terrible. Cashing out.
It's a shame to see.
Yeah. I will
Danius
pot.
would have ripped his hand off for that.
Yep. And he's potting in the dark. For us, at least, in the dark.
Yeah, he makes it 3:20 to go. Georgie is out the way there.
How much is Danius in with, asks
I
over.
think he's in for about 6k.
Is he? 6?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's
He
had it done
reloaded
for 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
okay, fair enough.
10 purple chips came out of his pocket at one point. And Georgie gets
And
out the way
just
there
gets
with
it through.
the double suited ace king 954 or something like that.
I thought that was Darius's hand. Oh, no, it was Georgie. I saw some double suited 10s fold there. That might have been a different player.
Oh, we've got Danius was in there with the ace queen queen 10-7. Fair enough.
Fair enough. High pair.
Yeah.
Some
Are we going to
nut-
get one more? Looks like it.
Come on, encore. One more hand
John.
until.
Is John in for the... No, he's just in for 10. I thought he was
Yeah,
like re-straddling from the small blind. The
Oh,
classic.
Eddie's straddling the button.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. That's a
Here we
160,
go.
right?
So we're going to kick things... well, not kick things off. End the night with the 160 straddle on.
Oof.
What's going to happen? What is going to happen?
160.
Anyone going to have much to work with here? So Eddie, we know he's in the 160. He's got 99664 double.
Yep. That's
Georgie doesn't fancy it.
a fun
Pikachu's
spot to
out.
have in the what seems
Yeah.
like the quintuple straddle, is it?
Yeah, with the six.
The
six
quadruple
blinds.
straddle.
Just get it in, close
Yeah.
your eyes, and flip it.
Yeah, Danius is like, how much dead money is in there?
Pot.
All in.
Yeah, it would take a really weak hand not to go for it here with all of the.
No walks.
So he's going to commit it versus the 1k stack, and looks like Mr. Juicy Spins is going to meet him with the 99664. That's
he's just going to see a flop.
Oh, he's going to call.
He's not fancying a spin just yet.
The problem is you're going to see overcards, and you would have had like 2 backdoor flush draws or something. Oh, look at this.
Speaking of, hello.
And he's going to get shunted out of that one.
Did you say overcards and 2 backdoor flush draws there?
There it is. Overcards, 2 backdoor flush draws.
Oh no, he's stacked. He's actually stacked
he's
off.
for it.
Wow.
All right, he's got the double pair. Fair
Nice.
enough.
Yeah, and the 9's actually like.
Oh,
Oh,
no. Ay, ay, ay. Danius continuing the Yevakim patch run good.
Yeah, pom pom for the win.
Pom pom pom.
Really for
And the queen is going to get it done. How do I fold on this flop, he says, with 2 backdoor flush draws.
No, I actually got it in like really good there.
That's
like,
fair enough.
yeah. Yeah. And Eddie showing a bunch of knowledge for this pop, being like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So mentioning he has 2 backdoor flush draws and
0.5 SPR.
And actually
the
blocking the outs for the 10-9 or the queen 10.
Queen 10, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Super
actually
strong,
been run really bad
yeah.
to lose that one.
Yeah, insane, yeah. Yeah, it seems like the action is rounding off and dealers asking for stacks here. Asking Danius if he's won more than 14 stacks.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Unlucky.
And I do have the information on the closing totals, and it was, of course, Danius with a 480 big blind win.
Oof.
So he's going to be the winner of the table, and that's going to close things out here for the Festival Cash Game Challenge. The winner is Franke.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does with that package, but we're going to be continuing the action with the main event tomorrow, starting around the mid-afternoon. So stay tuned to all the socials, the Festival OG on Facebook and Instagram, for information on what's occurring in the day 2. We know Michelle here is going to be fighting in there with 176k.
Yeah.
How many big blinds is that?
I believe, I believe there was a rollback, so we'll be starting at BB2K.
Okie doke.
So a nice 83 BB.
Perfect.
Or 88, because my math is like
disgustingly too many big blinds.
Yeah,
for you.
I mean, not almost. It definitely is too many big blinds. But yeah, we'll enjoy ourselves to some opens and try to put some pressure on.
A little King 4 suited +1.
Oh yeah, nuts.
Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing hopefully you on the main feature table, and we will be joining you tomorrow. So from us here at the festival, it's good night. Danius, the winner of the Cash Game Challenge for this stream, but Franke, the overall winner with a 1200 big blind win yesterday. Thanks very much and good night.
Ciao.